Oh, yeah, that worked.
Feeling like I'm on the run. Live every day just the same. This rock star with no fame, the way it is for everyone. God knows that if I try, I might be able to get by as one of the normal ones. But take me back home to Boston, back where I know where I belong, back where the days they seem the same, and everyone knows your name, back where I know that I'm home. So I drove off to Atlanta, looking for some home-cooked food. Well, the people, they turned away. Yeah, they had nothing to say. Man, I thought it was kind of rude. I gotta believe it. Maybe if I was their kin, they might just let me in and put me in the right kind of mood. But take me back home to Boston, back where I know where I belong, back where the days they seem the same, and everyone knows your name, back where I know that I'm home. God knows that if I try, I'll get back home alive, never have to leave again. But take me back home to Boston, back where I know where I belong, back where the days they seem the same, and everyone knows your name, back where I know that I'm home. Bring me home. Take me home. Take me home. Take me home to Boston.
Look, all I'm saying is that Boston women are, on the whole, a paler, uglier sort than women from the elsewheres of life.
That's bullshit. What about Lori? She's hot.
No, Lori's from Pennsylvania. It's not a Boston girl.
They're not that bad.
See, the fact that you have to say they're not that bad means that they are that bad. Do you ever hear a Boston girl have an orgasm? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Harder. Harder. Oh, God, that was so good. Now I'm going to stuff my fucking face with Pepperidge Farm.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Coming to you live from Studio 5, high atop the Meadowbrook Building in Metro West Massachusetts. It's the Wicked Pisses Show. Hello, good evening. It is October 29, 2018. Almost said 14. Whoa. It is 8:14 in the PM on the East Coast. Wherever the hell you are, it's another time.
That sounds like their problem, not ours.
Right.
Okay.
It's another...
What time is it in China?
China. I don't have an Alexa Dot in here yet. I'm working on that. But China only has one time zone.
They do?
So
Are they big? We know the men aren't big.
that's what she said. Oh, my.
I know.
Oh my.
What?
What's wrong with your ears?
Waiting.
For what? Oh, the big introduction?
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he's Byron. I'm
yeah.
Bumpa.
I'm Patty Cakes.
And in studio, we have an extra special guest. We're going to get the intro kicking. Hang on one second.
God, I can
Here
only
we
imagine. Don't even want to know.
And now, live in Studio 5, high atop the metal building in Metro West, Massachusetts. It's the Colonel of Corporal Punishment, the Sultan of Spank, the rubber band man himself. It's Preston.
And hello there.
I guess.
Comes out sound like a 12-year-old reaching puberty. Hi, everybody. Hello.
He's so excited.
I'm here to talk dirty.
I mean, he had a lot to say until he started. Let me tell you something. His list of things that we had to have in the studio
Okay.
to get him to come.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's just
What is that called? A writer?
Yes, yes. It was whiskey,
Okay. We have check.
women.
Well, man. Okay. Check.
I mean,
I'll try to dress up nice for you
you
tonight.
do have a a couple of personalities, so
I
I'm
do,
counting
yes,
that
I do.
as multiples.
Damn, I should have won the fishnets tonight. Fuck.
Whoops.
And yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
then we never would have gotten the show off the ground.
Probably not.
It just would have been.
It just would have made the show even better. Hey, don't play that. You weren't supposed to tape me the other night.
Oh yeah, what? Hey, stop that, will you? Jesus,
help
Papa's just fingers to yourself. Okay?
Hand check.
Yeah, she wouldn't allow me to do anything tonight because we were in a
I
rush.
said, no, we have to go.
She made it
We're
clear
supposed to be there
earlier.
for 7:30.
No,
He's like, but grr, pawpaw. I'm like, no pawpaw.
no. Yeah, Gur and Papa, that's our little, naughty talk. So she made it clear earlier, no Gurger,
We
no
have to get out
Papa.
here.
That's that remix for you.
That's not remix, that's her computer.
That's the remix.
The remix.
There you go.
Oh, Bumpa.
Hey.
Oh my God, that reminded me of the frosting.
Oh God, yeah. She's
told you
standing
out
there.
there.
So
Was that with you?
yeah,
Well, yeah, it was
Yeah.
with you.
yeah. You, and I went.
Oh my.
It was all in all pretty embarrassing moment there.
Are you going to elaborate on that story?
Oh my.
He lost his tenure. Is that what this is called? When you have a deep voice, isn't it called
Tenor.
Tenor? Oh, that was tenure. Whatever.
Timber.
Timber. Thank you. I knew it was something.
Timber.
10 years with, school
How long you been
teachers.
somewhere? I know, right? I was almost right. But no, did you hear Howard, George Takei on Howard today?
No, I haven't.
He lost his timber a little bit.
Well, he is getting old.
Thank you very much, Eugene.
Was that Eugene?
That was. I got him on the intercom.
Oh.
He's hiding in the closet.
Why won't he come out? He doesn't want to
It's
play?
dark in here.
I know, but we have one guest too many in the studio tonight. We've got the Sultan of Spank, the Colonel of Corporal Punishment, all the way from the left coast. Preston, his big thing was whiskey and bourbon.
And it appears my cup has run empty.
Oh. So, Papa,
Is it over there? How long
it's behind you in the fridge.
All right,
And when we
what do you
fill him
want?
up, we'll do
Jesse
our-
James, or do you want back to the honey whiskey?
Jesse James is good too.
I like Jesse James.
I'll
He's
do a
nice
little
guy.
honey first.
Okay. That's so good.
You are made of stupid.
That wasn't very nice.
Yeah, right there, killer.
All right, so I'm going to turn off Eugene for a few minutes.
So how are those Sunny Dog wheels working out for you? They still rolling pretty well?
That's right, Sunny Dogs, SUNNIE dog.com
Provided us.
for all of your office chair needs. You could even use them for torture chamber wheels also.
'Cause they
Chairs
roll
with
smooth.
wheels are very helpful.
Yeah, when you're moving a body from room to room. I don't have any wheel sound effects.
We'll have to work on that for the future.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's whistling. Never mind. I was trying to make a whirring sound.
Hey, I was thinking, do you know how to make fish? Like cookfish?
Kind of.
What's the pink fish?
Salmon.
There you go.
So there's a couple words I can't say very well, Preston.
Yes.
One is salmon, salmon, whatever. I never said. And then phenomena.
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Yeah.
I can't say.
She tries to pronounce the way they're spelled, like or letters.
It's a brain fart.
Yeah.
Like Worcester.
Yes.
Yeah,
Or we live in Leicester. So, guys, 2 days is Halloween before we get into our kink. Which actually, a lot of people dress kinky for Halloween. That's an excuse for women to dress sexy.
When did it go from I'm a nurse to I'm a slutty nurse? I mean, I
was a slutty bumblebee.
Yeah, you were. Oh my God, you were mooning everybody.
That skirt was a little too short, I guess.
I thought it was perfect.
Of course you did, babe.
I mean, I was sitting there and I was just,
Oh my God.
Hey.
That shit ain't bad. It's all good. So, are you going trick or treating this year?
No, I'm getting tricked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm
it's
working.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all about tricking.
What's nice in the neighborhood I go trick or treating with, because I have an 11-year-old, is that some of the parents either give out IPAs or Jello shots.
That's my kind of trick or treat.
I mean, you're bordering on the 413 anyways, so.
Oh my God.
So
yeah.
So I can't wait for the
I
Jello
mean, your
shots.
neighborhood is what, an apartment complex?
Yeah, but that's not where I go trick or treating.
Oh, I see.
I go trick or treating at my ex's.
That's
area.
one of the most dangerous areas.
No, it's
That
not.
little tiny road, you got kids walking
across
in
the
the
street,
street, and you get a bunch of
where Preston
drunks.
lives.
Oh, the expensive place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now we go trick or treating there and get hammered, and which I'm happy you're coming. I think you're gonna be with me because I'm gonna need a ride back after all the Jello shots I'll be doing.
Just a couple of wobbly pops, and I'll be okay.
There's a few. So what's tonight's topic again? Refresh my memory.
Kinky fetishes.
Ooh, right up my alley.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Oh boy.
I think it's more up my alley than yours, Bumpa. I think I'm
alley
turning
or
you on.
ass? What?
Wait, who are we talking about?
Nah,
now?
it didn't go up your ass sideways, though.
Oh, that was always a statement. I didn't go up my ass sideways. How does something go up your ass sideways?
That means it pisses you off, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you ever try to fit a 2x4 up? Well, actually, we should ask this of Preston over here, the rubber band man himself.
Yes.
No 2x4s, they splinter.
Oh. Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah, right? Well, I did extend an invite, or tried to get Kat to join us.
Oh, yeah?
But she couldn't make it, yeah. So I thought she would be a good addition to it.
This would be a hike and a half for her, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We should have done a show the other night from the Halloween party. The Halloween
We have to get a second set of mics.
I think so. We need to have, like, a whole...
Road mics.
Yeah, have it at our house.
There we go.
So,
got a little warm in here. Heat's not even on.
Yeah. I noticed that when I walked
probably
in.
get the old lady downstairs.
Well, I had to jack up the heat because, the West Coast guy who, like, once a year, they have a freeze, and everybody's like, oh, my God, it's so cold.
It's like 60.
Well, the other night, he's walking around, what? You had 2 jackets on.
I did, yes.
Did you really?
Insane.
Anything below 60 and I'm in trouble.
You've been out there too long. That's what it is.
I know,
Way
when
too
it's like 45, 50, we're like wearing shorts and tank tops.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going, yay!
I remember those days, but I ain't doing it.
Oh, you don't miss the snow?
Are you?
Nope.
Let me check the. Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, no one's in the chat room yet. So.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, yeah, Gizzard is in our chat room on Facebook.
Oh,
Hi, Gizzard.
Okay.
Yeah,
Seems as though everybody's abandoned the old way of doing things.
No, it's so funny.
No, it's new. And actually, someone said said something to me the other night. It was at the party.
Yes.
It was either
we should just go all
Yeah, because it's
Facebook. It's easier to find us.
It is.
It is, but then we can't post it anywhere. You can't, it's...
Can you just share it or no? Can you like retweet
somewhere,
it?
But
I get it.
I
but
have
at least we have
I have
both.
no problem doing both. I mean, I'd rather just do both.
I know.
Yeah.
I want to do video on it though some nights. I did my hair and makeup tonight. Really?
Oh,
you did?
You got your hair?
I didn't notice.
You did your hair?
Yes, I did.
Preston did.
Yes, he looks all slick back Cadillac over there.
And Matt Hanna wants to know if Preston is a Dodgers fan.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna. He wants to put. All right, mind you, he does drive a Prius.
Oh, there we go.
It's an awful thing.
Like new hybrid thing gets like 80 miles to the gallon or something.
About 63 is the highest I've gotten on it.
You know what? Then I need one of those for work.
It's a great commute vehicle, I tell you.
I drive every single day. Like I probably fill up 3 times a week because I drive so much.
My last fill up was 7 gallons, and I got 309 miles on that.
Oh shit, that's amazing.
That's a lot of mileage. It
is.
Problem being though, like for Byron,
Renee tried calling, but there's no answer
because it's not on.
Well, you posted it.
I didn't post anything. I didn't post a number.
Phone line on Facebook.
No, it's not on Facebook. I didn't post anything.
It says it on the rolling thing. Oh, you're messing with my headphones.
Oh, I don't know. That's fixed.
Well,
that's a fixed slideshow shit.
Well, fix it again.
All right there, bumper.
Stop clapping. You look like an idiot when you do that.
I know.
Like a walrus out of water.
It pisses you off, and I like that.
Well, you are a little wrong. You should apologize to Byron.
Nope.
Yeah. You set up the scrolling little picture over there.
That thing's old. I have nothing.
Well,
to do
then you
with
better
that.
update your shit, bitch.
Hello, Gizzard. He's in the chat room on Spreaker, and Tiger finally made it. She missed the intro to.
That's okay.
She
is our number 1 fan.
The Spectrodome. I should have said live from the Spectrodome.
Ooh. Let's see. All right, Patty, you want to start, or you got
me?
Or you just
really?
Maybe Byron could just start grilling Preston.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no. I mean, what I'd like to do is current events.
Okay. Before we get right into it, all right.
Red Sox win the World Series.
Yay!
In case you lived under a rock.
Well, I mean, I remember.
And who stayed up till morning the other night to watch the
We don't talk about it.
He did.
I did.
He did too.
I did, but I was getting paid too. You know, the porn shop.
He took pictures of me and sent me pictures.
The porn shop.
Yeah, I was cleaning the floors with Draper.
Is that your kinky
And I heard
fetish?
more shouting that night than any other night that you're there. I mean, usually it's,
So are they doing both? They're watching the game as they're whacking
Well,
off?
I guess the front counter crew were.
Oh, okay.
I'm not high enough functioning to work on the front counter yet. I stare at people. They get uncomfortable.
I would too. I'd be like, who the fuck is that guy?
And Bumpa's the one with the staring problem. He tells me all these dirty, nasty stories, and he looks at me right in the eye. Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Yes, you always do that.
The price he pays for sitting right in front of me.
I've been trying to build a... Don't look at me.
Hi, big boy.
I've been trying to build a wall. Been trying. It's not working out, but I got to figure out something here that will make it tie all together.
Tie? Someone say tie?
All right,
Is that kind of like handcuffs?
Handcuffs, rope, duct tape.
No duct tape. That pulls the hair off. Well,
and whose problem is that?
Oh, boy.
Do you have that up? Do you have more current events there?
That's it.
Such an ass.
That was the extent.
Pretty much. Listen, I have been entertaining the guest for a couple of days now, and I think he's rather bored. I just have to keep on feeding him booze, and he might be a little bit more.
I'm sorry, I'm
booze
tonight.
and loose women. That will keep me going.
Well, that's a loose belch that we had there.
So, did you guys hit any strip clubs yet?
I'm gonna go with no comment on that.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
Why? Why do you want to refrain from sharing such information?
No, well, I mean, to protect the not so innocent here.
Oh, okay.
Again, it's the things that the guest demands that I have to help out with.
There you go.
Prices we all
I
pay.
thought it was a restaurant. You duped me.
They had prime rib.
Oh boy.
Oh, did have
They had a lot of other things that were prime.
Oh, hey now.
Oh, wait, well, we did have. We went to the lodge.
Mm-hmm.
Good food there.
And it wasn't the Black Lodge from Twin Peaks.
No, but it looked kind of like it. A little bit. Some of the people there look like they were in Twin Peaks.
I don't, give me a couple more drinks and it will all look the same.
What's the lodge? Where's that at?
That's in Webster, right down the street from that campground that you want to go to watch all those concerts.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They've got a 7-ounce filet for $20
Yeah.
with 2 sides. I had mushrooms and garlic mashed.
Ooh. I had the chicken parmesan, and it was tasty and huge.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was rather big.
Yeah, when we get the camper, the trailer all set up, I want to go there because you can only you can't tent there. You can only have trailers. But imagine that setting up and during a concert. You know.
Oh yeah, that would be a
come
lot
back.
of fun. Going to take a nap. Oh god.
I wouldn't need a nap. I want a pregame place. I want to go party where I'm paying $1 a beer versus $8 a beer.
Bubba's got his bandolier of beers. And he does
Oh my god,
have
the thing's badass. I love that. The little belt with the 6
it
beers.
just screams, I'm ready to party.
We had that at the at the other
Which
campground.
guy's ready to party? That guy's ready to party. Right over there, he's got all the beers in a belt. Right around his waist.
Oh,
He had one.
Oh, shit, bro, you out of a beer? Here you go.
Quick
No,
draw.
he's doing
Ready
this. First gear, second gear.
draw. No, I mean, if he started getting into shotgunning,
Ooh, I like that idea.
I
You
can't
ever shotgun
shotgun.
a beer? Have you ever shotgun
No,
one?
I don't. That's a waste of a good beer.
Why is it a waste? If you
'Cause
shotgun, it goes
most-
down your
Yeah,
mouth.
you shake it and you
That's why you only do it with cheap beer.
yeah, I guess,
Exactly,
yeah. Yeah.
No, the way I've learned is, don't you poke a hole in the bottom?
On the side.
Yeah, the side, and then pop
And then
the top.
vent.
Yeah.
Shake it first.
Why do you shake it?
To
I
get
never
it
shake
crushing out, and then it comes squirting out, and then you pop the top.
it. Oh, I've never
So that you
shaken
get
it before.
pressure, and when the pressure runs out,
It kind of reenacts a squirter.
I don't have an ocean wave for that one.
Matt Hanna
I've
says,
only done
don't,
that twice.
don't take
Squirted
him
twice.
to Sweaty Betty's.
All right, so Tiger Lily's asking, is Preston cute? I'm going to have to say no, but I've known him for 3 decades, so
And he's a guy, so...
yeah. He does have long hair, girls, so you can pull on that. While he's blindfolding you,
And I
hooking
don't...
you up to...
And I don't think strap-ons is safe for it.
No, I'm sure that's like the kick-off word.
Neither
right
is
there.
crying.
At Preston's, no one can hear you cry. Thing is, once he's got to get a room insulated. Now he lives in California, and he needs a special spank room, spank/scream room. Now, as I understand, you had an old farmhouse back in the day,
I did.
and a stone foundation basement.
No basement. Actually, basements are very rare out there.
Oh, okay. I thought you had a.
I had a garage. It was converted into a room.
Oh,
And I was on 14 acres, so I don't care how loud someone would scream, you'd never hear them.
Oh.
So what was in this room?
what wasn't in the room? Let's start with that, shall we?
Well, it's kind of like that Eagle song, you know. It wasn't mirrored ceilings, it was chains hanging from the ceilings.
And it wasn't pink champagne on ice. That was lighter fluid and capsaicin.
Oh God!
Oh, my God.
Very interesting place.
Nice. You don't have that place anymore?
I do not.
Why? How'd you sell it?
I actually didn't own it. I got lucky. I knew the people that owned it, and they wanted somebody to babysit the land. So my name wasn't on paper.
Oh,
so
there
if
you go.
anything went wrong, I could just leave.
So, whatever's buried out there.
Stays
Oh
there.
God! Oh God!
We don't till the land anymore. Preston used to live here.
Oh.
We don't know what it may turn up.
So, Renee, the phone line is open, 774-314-7044.
That number again,
774-314-7044.
That number again.
774-314-7044.
I'm gonna keep on doing this. He'll keep on repeating.
So Renee, are you ready
No, I'm
to
going to
talk
go into your
about
phone number
kinky?
next.
Oh, like I did one night.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I accidentally
posted it,
put
yeah.
my number out there, and I'm like, son of a bitch.
Delete it.
Renee wants to get kinky tonight, I guess, huh?
Yeah. Renee, you want to share some of your and Thor's secrets? Those few tense moments.
No, you got to say the guy's name right.
Thor.
Thor.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are both.
What was that? Squad 51?
Yeah, that's right. It's Tor coming at you live.
Oh, my God.
So stupid.
What?
So,
Yes.
babe, what do you have a list or something?
Well, no, I was
have
just going to say, let's give the definition of kinky.
Let's get kinky.
Ooh. What would be, all right, Byron, what is your definition of kinky?
Not wearing socks to bed.
I take mine off most nights.
That's why you can get
That
some
means
track.
most of us are kinky.
Well, you got to take the socks off, otherwise you lose traction.
Yes.
I've learned that.
Not really.
It depends on the floor.
Hey,
I guess.
there's a little electroshock therapy in there too. You get the and then
Static.
with your tongue right on the nipple. Stop. You know.
However, bare feet and Legos do not mix.
Oh, my God. Thank God my kids got rid of a lot of their Legos. Oh, my God.
However, they can be used for other things.
Elaborate on that, please.
The Legos walk of shame.
It's ribbed.
Oh,
It's dildo. It's dildo. Yes, that's right. It's ribbed. What fits in your cracks? Some even have sacks. The penis you don't have to blow.
That's right.
Just for gays, they used up.
That was it's Dildo by the Dildo Woman.
that's her name.
Shut the fuck up, you asshole.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I have kinky as an adjective. Involving or given to unusual sexual behavior.
Not what do they call that? Abnormal.
Well, synonyms: perverse, abnormal, deviant, unconventional, unnatural, degenerate, depraved, and perverted.
I don't know, Preston. I've heard
Guilty
you
of
called,
charged.
I've heard you called all of those in all of the years that I've known you. Every year
And
progresses.
a few others that are not listed.
He's no longer a pervert. He's
No?
a provert.
Oh, God.
So, Tiger Lily asked, how is it kinky different than fetish?
That's a good question.
Okay. Well,
We look
I think-
over to the rubber band man himself.
I mean, fetish, some people will dress fetish for Halloween and they're really not kinky. I guess kinky is when you're actually dressing for the part that you actually play.
You mean when you walk into a room and you have a zipper mask on?
And you sound like this?
oh, my God.
Gibbs says only a psychologist knows for sure.
Well, here's the definition for fetish.
Yeah.
A form of sexual desire in which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, item of clothing, part of the body, etc.
Yeah, I would say that the fetish is more of like a pinpoint, like one particular thing you like. Like, you know, you like your arm rubbed. Remember that? You like your arm rubbed.
The
That's
arm
your
rub,
fetish.
yeah,
That's a
a-
big turn on for you. That's
Yes,
a little fetish.
yes.
All right. That.
What does
where-
that do
Not
for you?
when he does it, though. When he does
Why
it,
is that a fetish for you, or why is that like a turn on?
it works for me.
It just works.
Yeah.
A nice
Does it
little-
send like little jolts through your body?
No, it's what I do.
That's what he likes to
you do that.
He,
Oh.
he likes, yeah, that's his thing. And that's
Patty,
like a
we
turn
know
on
that
to
you
him.
like being grabbed by the hips and just spun around and head shoved underneath pillows. And
No, I don't like that. I can't breathe. I gotta breathe.
No, she shoves my face. No, all right,
Yes.
never mind.
I like
But-
bite marks.
See, he doesn't have now. Preston has a kinkopedic mattress.
I do. With an adjustable frame.
Whoever he is torturing at any time, he will be able to rest soundly while they struggle against the bonds
And not feel a thing.
Yeah, well, I've been doing some research for the show, doing a couple
Yeah?
of
Good.
precursor interviews.
Well, like I said, I think that the fetish is something in particular, like whether it be the bondage, people being tied down. That's a
Right.
particular fetish. Where kinky in general is, you're willing to give it a shot, right? Yeah, I'll do that. Hey, that sounds like fun. Sure, what the hell?
Sure, we'll give that a try.
Yeah. Right, and your your fetish would be, I don't know. You have do you have a particular fetish? Not in general kink, but is there one? I don't need the whole list. One particular fetish. Try to go easy. All right, start off soft. Don't shock everybody.
There are a lot of different things, but I don't know. For me, a nice pair of stripper heels and sexy fishnet stockings, and
he loves that heel clack.
That's yummy.
Crack.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
It got my attention.
See, it's an attention grabber. And if anybody who's not paying attention, all of a sudden they're looking over going, what the fuck is going on over there?
It certainly did.
Someone losing a chunk of their genitalia or what?
Oh, come on.
Oh, my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
I lost my thing.
That's what she said.
Sorry.
Tiger Lily says, this fetish is something you need to have. All right, so fetish is more like a crave.
It's a craving, yeah.
Where the kink is kinky. What I don't know. What do you find will be kinky? Yeah,
I got it.
Sweet cream on nipples.
There you go. Right. So that's a little kinky, but that also could be a fetish too, right? I'm thinking some people would love food on a body, right? Human buffets type thing.
I've done that.
Yeah.
See, food
What's
is
your
just
favorite
a little...
food to use?
Desserts.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Like whipped
Gives it a halo
cream,
happens.
strawberries.
Well, I was at a play party, and we had a volunteer, and she was decorated with all different kinds of sweets, like strawberries, cookies, cake, cheesecake, whipped cream, and people got to eat it off of her. And then in the process, if you happen to connect with other parts that were very much available, it made it very interesting.
Sounds fun.
It was.
For some reason, I get the idea of using ice cream when I get home later.
Oh, there is sherbet at home.
I'm going to throw my ice cream now.
Tiger Lily should email us her list.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, we'd definitely love to know your ideas. Or anybody, if you have a particular fetish, it doesn't have to be yours. If you have one that you know of that maybe a friend uses, let us know. Chime in on that.
Do you have? Are you kinky?
Am I kinky? I like to say I am.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oops. Sorry. I was like, what is that?
I'm like, huh?
I know, right? Yeah.
Am I kinky?
Yeah. What's the kinkiest thing you've done, Bumpa?
Why are you asking me? I don't know. Why,
Hold on, let me look.
Why can't I? We're asking everyone in the room.
You should know.
A lot of people don't realize that they
know.
may be doing something and not think it's kinky when it really is.
So I believe the most kinky thing he's ever done is masturbated with the bathroom door unlocked.
No,
I don't think that door was ever unlocked.
Well, the worst part about that, I had to think about that for a second. Did you catch me? No.
Hopefully you're not doing that.
No.
Hopefully I'm satisfied.
Oh yeah, well taken care of. I know.
So what's kinky? Something that's out of your comfort zone? That you
you take a walk in the woods and find a tree.
Rub your back up against it?
No. The girl you're walking with, have her hug the tree for a minute, and
you got to make sure she's wearing a accessible outfit.
I got a dress.
And do it right along.
I got a dress.
Do it right along a somewhat frequently used trail.
It's a high traffic area.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine this?
Stuff like that happens all the time.
Right, but
I don't know if anybody's ever been out to San Francisco and did a tour at Alcatraz, but I've heard stories from friends in the scene that have fallen a little further back from the tour and have actually done a scene in the jail cell.
Oh, dear Lord.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And that's a high risk of getting caught.
That's a federal charge there.
I thought about it, Eastern State, but we had a few dark spots.
Well, not that it's kinky, but having handcuffs used on me.
Of course that's kinky.
Yeah.
It's not something everybody does.
Right,
It's not something everybody has access
how about
to.
using handcuffs and broadcasting during it?
That could be.
On a fake made-up Periscope account that instantly got deleted.
But you never paid me, never. Oh no, you didn't. Payback as it comes.
Was that here? That was here. I was right there.
Fuck.
So that's kinky, right?
I would say so.
Woohoo!
And then,
Hey!
then there are other times when you have two guys involved, and it's like,
There's something very important I forgot to tell you.
Well, yeah.
Don't cross the streams.
see,
Oh, well, does it really matter?
And there are some that will cross those streams.
Just not my eye, please.
Let's see. You got a few things.
oh, by the way, and that was brought to you by The More You Know about Patty and Bumpa.
I'll tell you what,
So somewhere on the internet, there's his hairy ass bouncing up and down. And,
No.
Just her face enjoying it.
And the cups. Click, click.
It isn't a fetish, but I do love you guys. Do love guys in loose work boots and jeans.
That's
Is that like a baggy jeans and boots and jeans? I don't know.
That's kind of
That would be a fetish.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That kind of makes me think of a smelly guy.
I mean, anything can be a fetish if you
Yeah.
obsess over it and it
Yeah.
gives you a sexual charge.
Exactly.
It's gonna. It is
That
a
goes
fetish.
along the lines of the high heels and the
fishnets.
Fishnets.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Gizzard says
Exactly.
chocolate syrup and whipped cream and cherries once.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
Tiger. What's kinky to me isn't kinky to others, which is true. Everyone's got a
Correct.
different interests or what they're willing to do.
But
no food in bed to her, huh? I guess that gets messy.
Yes, it can get messy.
You got to have your own washing machine because
That I just prepare.
However, if it's going to be messy, throw a tarp down.
Exactly.
Tarp. There you go.
Couple of cut up garbage bags, spread them out.
Yeah, no, in a pinch, that works.
Yeah.
I know, but the thing
Extra
is,
bath
if
cloth.
you bring whoever you're doing this with into a room with drop cloths all over, they may be thinking that they're walking into a scene from Goodfellas or something.
American Psycho.
Actually,
about to
drop
be
cloths is
fucking
not a
murdered.
problem. Plastic, be worried.
Yeah, right. It's like you're creating a murder scene.
Mm-hmm.
Come on in. Don't mind the plastic. I'm going to wrap you up in a minute.
I'm painting here after you leave.
Yeah, right.
Gizzard had sex in the hood of a car on a construction site.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah.
I know.
What about in the Walmart?
Good old
parking lot?
Preston here had what was once called a Code 62.
I knew you were bringing that one up.
The big diesel's on Facebook.
Yes, I
What's that,
was.
Big
And I
Diesel?
was interrupted by a Massachusetts state trooper.
That's right.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Who's
We
watching
both
the
put our
antennas.
hands up and we did the wave. And then the takedown lights came off and he drove along without checking. Now, if I was a serial killer, he'd be out of a job.
Oh my God! Right?
Yeah, because you would have been holding up the dead body's hands.
Absolutely. It's called taking the risk.
But at the
Oh, yeah.
time, he
Let's do
had a little. He basically was like a mini porcupine in a car, and he was going. Back then, the antennas were really long, and they were all going.
And there were many.
Yeah,
And I tell you, those antenna whips work for other things.
Ow. They sting nicely. Huh?
Yes, they do.
All right, so we're gonna do a show shot.
Okay.
We're gonna dedicate this to our guest tonight, Preston. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, guys.
that'll be a smooth one. Tastes like dishwashing liquid. I'm kidding.
Oh, so I rinsed. That is so good, though. I love it. So that is Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey Whiskey. Mm-hmm. Courtesy of Carmi.
Yeah.
Caramel Conservative.
Caramel conservative. I don't know if you
That
get
you
along with him.
That you can hear him on Tuesday nights
Yes.
Yeah.
on Spreaker.com around
So tomorrow night,
9 o'clock ish.
Yeah.
our
Our time.
time. It's like
Jinx.
6 o'clock his time.
That is correct.
I can do math.
I know.
I
my
can't,
numbers.
but thank you for doing it for me.
What the hell is going on with the controls? here?
So I'm going to loosely talk about some things, and I will elaborate on. There'll be so it's 23 kinky sex ideas, very freaky tips to spice up sex, So I'll name something. If it's like the little side thing sounds good, I'll read it.
Okay.
All right. Great communication is key.
I agree.
The most important factor when it comes to having kinkier sex with your partner is understanding the importance of communication.
Fucking A, man.
Some things will feel meh, but that's okay. And the illustration shows a girl with like a bondage top on with her tits out. With a little, like, what's the cat? What is this called? That she is holding it.
That would be a flogger, or also known as a cat o' nines.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. See?
They come in all different styles and thicknesses and made out of different materials.
What's the best material?
Just depends what you're into. If you want thuddy, if you want stingy. Kangaroo skin actually is extremely skinny, and if not careful, you can actually
put an
rip
eye out.
Skin.
Yeah, because
but deer skin can be very soft. It'd be more like getting a massage.
Like I would want, if it was used on me, I would want it to be a little soft, but then maybe sting a little. Do they?
There's stuff like that, like a horsehair flogger would be. It would be a little bit soft, but then you take a little lemon juice and rub your back with it afterwards, and there's the sting.
Oh,
because it actually does scratch you.
Oh,
and it's
because
not
it's
as
coarse hair.
Yes, and it's not as noticeable as, like, say, using a single tail or something of that nature.
Do you have a preference, or do you have many that you could choose from?
I have many that you can choose from.
Start slow. If you're trying some new kinky idea you've just found on this page or elsewhere on the Bad Girls Bible site, then my advice is to start slow and try the tamest version of it first. Also, baby step it. See how far you can take it.
Some that would be good, but there are some people that just want to get down to business.
So,
are those your kind of people?
They're all my kind of people.
But isn't it kind of cool maybe introducing someone to a kinky lifestyle?
Oh, so like this?
Yes,
babies, you know.
yes, actually.
What is it? Kinky lifestyle.
Yes.
You know, or a kinky situation or whatever. Or just
it is, and as in the kink world, we refer to people that are not kinky or don't know enough about it to be kinky as vanillas, and it's really cool to take a vanilla and watch the shock and awe.
Here comes another one. Okay,
I'm in awe. Don't worry.
Who's at the door?
So I have a
It's
vanilla that's slowly turning to what, a chocolate?
Well, Bump has seen my evil toy bag at one time, and
you mean the trunk of tortures?
Yes,
treasures. Yeah,
yes, and that was only a very small portion of my collection.
We're slacking over here.
Technically, he can't. TSA won't let him fly with most of these things.
Well, definitely not in carry-on.
No. Well, even checked luggage. I mean, one time he was had something that, and they pulled his luggage and exploded it with a bomb, and they found out it was just an extra little massager.
Actually, one time I found a note in there with a phone number. Call me.
Oh, okay now.
You need to have the right pilot, to fly your plane, and you'll be good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for flying with Fuck You Airways.
That was a night that I was really drunk, and I decided to do that.
I love that.
That's almost nice.
It's kind of funny.
So it says under start slow, if you're trying some new kinky idea. Okay, we read that. So if you want to try getting spanked by your man, get him to use his hand or a hairbrush first before you spend hundreds on whips, paddles, and floggers. Okay, let's jump in with my first kinky sex idea you can try with your man. Blindfolds.
Blindfolds, depriving you of your senses, by especially sight. You can really do some awesome things. Like, I've done stuff where I'll take an ice cube and say it's a knife, and say I'm going to cut you with this, and you rub
You feel the
piece
cold,
of
right?
cold, and they freak out thinking, oh, you are actually cutting me, when I'm just messing with your mind with a ice cube.
Sick fuck. Byron, could you be blindfolded?
No.
Why?
I need control. I can't hear.
You can't be the submissive one?
No, if you hear like shit in the background, like I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What are they doing?
Well, come here. Just give me a second. Hold on.
No one's opened my safe yet, have they? Shit. A couple of shots after that.
Right, it'd be
I
like,
guess
So
Wayne,
you've never
yeah.
gotten that comfortable before?
No.
I can see him too. He's all for whatever reason he's worried about being ripped
Like,
off.
I'm tied to the bed. I got a gun, like, right behind the pillow so I can defend myself. I mean, it's...
I can just see him. If he laying there like 4 or 5 minutes into it, he's like, "Hello." We like lift up an eye. The fucking apartment's gone.
Oh, yeah, no,
TV's
it
gone.
fucking
But
place
It's
is
a little
wiped
hard
out.
to lift up your eye if you are
So if
bound
you're
to the bed.
right. If you're properly tied, then it's not a problem. Well. Oh.
No, I'm not Santa looking for donations. I'm Byron looking for beer.
It's almost that season.
Here is your champagne-related beer.
Oh,
This
it's time to have another
Michelob
beer.
Ultra Lime Cactus.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty tasty.
You're now entering the champagne room.
That's right. Remember, there is
Where's my
no
dollar?
sex in an upright champagne room. Now, we know of a couple of bars that rule is kind of suspended, I guess.
Cat Jones joins us.
Hi,
Hey,
honey.
Cat.
She had a fabulous costume the other night.
Yes, if anybody ever had a fetish of doing it with a fish.
The gills on her
Her
face.
gills are pretty hot,
Yeah,
I gotta
they
tell
were.
you.
Now, like I said earlier before we started, I tried to get her to join us, and I know it was short notice. It was kind of like I thought she'd be a great addition to the show, obviously.
Yeah.
For her.
Now, why? Why did you want Kat to join the show?
Because she's a professional in the field also.
Yes, she is.
You should have
sells
seen.
We could have had a live demo.
Yeah.
No, we had a live demo at
Yes.
Patty's place
Yes, we
once.
did.
She was wearing this jumbo blue strap on.
Oh yeah, the
Right.
entire night.
The Big Daddy or something, I feel it was called.
Yeah.
What was that thing called, Kat? If you...
She's
Oh,
squinting.
Bumpa, you're awake.
That's on my chop from our party the other night. She was one of the invitees to the show party. What?
Yes? Did she say anything?
I was going to ask her if she likes to be blindfolded. Patty, would you like to be blindfolded?
I'm a little nervous about it.
Why?
Again, it's like what Byron said. It's a control thing.
Oh my.
Wait
Like,
a minute.
I
Wait
want-
a minute. You'll be cuffed up, but you
That-
won't take a cuff to the eyes.
Yeah, but okay. My hands can get out of the cuffs. I have little wrists, so I make sure that.
Not my cuffs.
No, I don't know. I need.
He's got the old
I
school
panic.
hinged cuffs.
I panic, so I have anxiety. So I'm like, all right, I'll play along. Just
And as you're describing, it's called trust. So whoever you're playing with, the more trust you have with them, believe it or not, you'll probably be a lot more willing to go even further. And you might say, I would never do that today, but 2 years down the road, you may be loving what you didn't want to do 2 years ago.
yeah, you hear that?
I'm listening. Yeah, my God.
I know, even though the finger, just one
stop
finger.
it. Don't finger. Stop. I'll leave it alone.
I told you I want to do the tongue first. It's the tongue.
He's getting comfortable over
No,
here.
I'm not. Matt Hanna says,
Sam.
you guys would know this one. Doesn't Gallo Video sell kinky stuff?
I don't know if Gallo Video is still around.
Oh, yes, they are.
Okay, the one that was on Route
Shrewsbury.
9, it's now a flag store.
They've got flags, but they also still are Gallo Video. They
When was
still
the
have a
last time?
huge porn section.
When was the last time you were in there?
In?
Yeah,
I'd never been in there, but
I have.
You know, some of the stuff you see in your local stores, that might be fun for beginning or just experimenting.
the tourists, as you would
However,
say in the professional
quality
end.
stuff, you need to go to a specialty place. There are many online that have quality that will last and won't break the first time you use them, kind of a thing.
Right, but I mean, obviously they're probably like twice the price too. Than some of
This
the
is an
stores.
expensive hobby.
Yeah,
Ooh.
good way to word it. Kat can call. Yeah, you can give us a call, Kat.
Oh yes, we'd love it.
Put a number. Hopefully it'll ring. I had to fix the settings.
Oh God.
Well, it did an update before, so I got all the settings changed back, but who knows? You shouldn't remember which strap on it was. It was a big strap on.
It was
big
the blue
bull
one.
I don't know.
it was the big boy.
You know, in San Francisco,
Hercules. No.
in San
Oh, yes, that's what it
Francisco,
was.
There's a shop there that has all kinds of different dildos, from human to horse to some really strange animals, and some of them are super huge.
Yeah, I don't need them that big.
As you say now, but maybe in 5 years.
No.
Yeah, but see,
this ain't my first rodeo.
I have learned to never say never, because it's been proven wrong to me every time.
Oh yeah, because then you end up finding somebody that you could be like, but
right.
What did you just do? The fisting motion?
Yeah, that would be gross. I think. I don't know.
Well, not just fists, but you can do it with feet too.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference. No, like I guess there's a difference on
foot up to the ankle.
Oh yeah, I haven't tried that. His face just went, what?
I mean, it's one thing like the fisting. I guess I'm not against the fisting, but it's like you see some. It looks like they're going up into an elephant. You know what I mean? Like, there we go. Oh, that's a nice new ring, huh?
Yeah.
There you go. It's the show. What's happening?
We seem to be experimenting some technological differences.
I've been waiting for that.
Oh boy!
All right, so just stay on the line.
No, it's not, there's nobody's on the line.
Oh, nobody.
No. I think it was Kat. Give us a call again, Kat, if you would.
Yeah, because that's a Connecticut area code.
Yeah, just stay on with us. Bear with us.
Try again, baby. Do you have a limit? Do you have a line that
everybody
you won't?
Everybody does.
But do you have a line that you won't let anyone cross?
Have you found your line yet? Your limit?
I've done a lot of
searching in
things.
his brain.
I am sure the things that I haven't done, don't even know about, that may or may not work for me at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some basic limits. Obviously things that are, illegal you don't want to be doing. Furry animals, not going down that road. Some do, but
there we go.
Different things like that.
Hey, Kat. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. I hear you guys now. Hey.
Well, is Skype?
So you think my gills are sexy, huh?
I said that, yes, but I think others might think so too. So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the show, Goddess Kat Jones.
My second appearance.
Yay!
And
yes, it is.
She works for
Athena.
Adult Novelty Items.
She
is true.
Right. And I don't have it with me. We do have a fairly thick catalog of items you'd probably like.
I might already have some of them.
You probably have the whole bunch.
Right? Yes. Athena's they have good stuff. They don't have that cheap stuff that you'll find at those stores. Like he was saying, that will break right away. We really go through everything and we test it and vote on them, and we make our own names for the toys, but they are high quality.
Kat, I got to tell you right now, Patty Cake's eyes just lit up. I believe that you got someone who's going to be applying for a tester position with your company.
Actually, I broke something, Kat, that I bought.
Oh my God.
No, you're a beast. What are you doing that?
What is that thing? I call it the toothbrush. What's that thing that looks like a toothbrush?
Oh, the celebrator. Oh my God. Yeah, that. Was it? You can replace the tip. The tip can be replaced.
I bought a tip as
if
well.
It's actually broke.
Just the tip.
Oh my Lanta, what are you doing?
Well, I had some lonely nights. Bumper works
That's awesome.
overnight.
Let me see if I can recreate these here.
There's no such thing as celebrating too hard.
That's for sure. So yeah, we might need to have another party sometime.
Okay.
Well, this time we'll broadcast it live.
So, yeah.
I think everybody would be enlightened by our Cards Against Humanity skills.
Oh my God.
Great game.
You guys are awful.
We played that, yes.
Yes, we are.
You have a question for her?
I don't.
Yes, you do.
Oh, what was the
Absolutely.
blue? What was the blue dildo
Hercules.
called? Was it Hercules?
It was called Hercules. Yeah, I think because I have so many guys. So
I know, right?
couldn't remember which one I wore.
You know, it's funny that a lot of people do name their toys.
It is very true. Yeah,
Well,
it is very true. It is something very what's the word? I mean, you're just so powerful about being a woman and wearing a strap-on in front of a room full of people. I'm not even gonna lie.
I know, it was the first time we
Quite
met you, too.
satisfying.
So that was funny.
It was. And I have friends out of it.
Yes, I know. Tiffany was asking me right around this. She's like, oh, so you've known Kat for a while? I'm like, no, I met her the same time you did.
It was a good time.
It was.
Kat, what's one of the strangest fetishes you've come across?
Oh, wow. I don't know. In the world. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, in the world of hardcore fetishes, I'm actually pretty vanilla on that end. But yeah.
Well, I'm sure
nothing too crazy.
In your travel of job, there is you would come across some people with stories, right? I mean,
I haven't. Yeah, no, not really. I think a lot of people are open about their sexuality, but still, meeting me at a party, they'll open up a little bit, like, at the end when we meet one-on-one. But I haven't really had anybody tell me too much. Now, I know other goddesses who have been in the game a lot longer than me, and I'm sure that they could tell you some crazy stories. But for the most part, like, our toys and our product line only get so, like, as far as the kinky toys, like the BDSM type toys, the cuffs, the ropes, stuff like that, we don't indulge in it too much, because Athena's, they want to keep things,
You want happy
safe, I guess.
sexy.
Yeah, it's like a PG sexy.
You want happy sexy, not beat me,
we
make me write
encourage-
bad checks.
We encourage any kind of sex you want, but because some of that stuff can get quite involved and quite serious in the kink world, I think, unless all of us are trained, like, to give that kind of, I don't think that they don't encourage us to go around teaching people how to, like, hang each other from,
but we did have an interesting moment with Abigail.
Yeah, on the door. That was fucking great.
Oh.
What was that we used on Abigail on the door?
It was the door jam cuffs, I believe.
Yeah,
right? If I remember correctly, 'cause this was a while ago.
Our guest here, Preston's about to look that up.
No. I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like yawn.
It was just funny how he quickly went for his phone.
And not
But
to,
it's funny. I was recently invited to join that website, FetLife?
FetLife, yes.
FetLife.
You can
Yeah,
find me
so
on
I
there
am
as
on
Rubber
there.
Band Man.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Rubber Band Man. Okay.
I came up. Is that how you came up with the song?
Yeah, I
tonight?
have
That was the introduction for him.
Yeah, I
Rubber
know.
Band Man. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wait a minute.
That is awesome, yes.
Getting a light from the intercom here. Hold on one second.
Byron.
Yeah.
Byron, I kind of ran out of napkins. Can you send something my way, please?
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. All right, Patty, that roll of toilet, the
Paper
the
towels.
paper towels, give them to Eugene.
Yeah, but I need them.
Oh, I need them more. Oh, I need it again.
Oh, dear Lord.
God.
Being from the area of Northern California, and I'm very close to San Francisco, which is kind of the mecca of all this, there are groups and there are play spaces that you can go to, and they actually put on classes and all kinds of things, and you can also go to these play spaces and actually play or observe. I
Do you
found
have to
that
pay an entry fee?
Yes, generally you have to become a member,
Mhm.
and then there's usually an entry fee on top of that. But if you like, sometimes volunteer to help with, cleanup, setup.
Clean up, that's what I do all the time. It's just shit.
Well, most people clean up after themselves. This is
Thank
more
God.
or less, and that's generally a rule in most of these
And
places.
if you see a couple come walking into the place with a full-on mop and bucket, and
She's a
hazmat suits afterwards, yes.
squirter.
Yeah, I mean, they all have rules and stuff like that. So if you're into blood play, there's rules to it. If you are a squirter, you have to bring the stuff so you're not, contaminating the whole place.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, yeah, it's all, all there.
I'm aware of a club. There's a club in Providence. We have Boston. There's Hartford.
Oh.
Where was the one that...
I actually, very recently, are starting to gain information about the local area.
Well, Bump and I went on a beer tasting function.
Yeah.
And we came across what turned out to be like this, sex club, right?
Well, it's a sex
Fetish club. Fetish
it's
club.
a fetish club, like once a month. I mean, you got.
Yeah, but they had that damn...
That's it.
Yeah, hello.
No, that's me.
Well.
But they have that
that's what you're
damn
talking
cross. What's the cross thing there? That you know that
A cross?
Yeah, it's like a
crucifix.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's like an X with a straight up and down pole where you strap people to it.
You kind of... I'm bad with names, so, I don't know. It's just a cross. They're very common.
I'll have to look it up myself, I guess.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, continue. Nobody's going to know it anyway.
So, continue, sorry.
Oh, well, I mean, I found that, and I'm like, oh, Bumpa. I think this is a
another
sex
thing,
club.
too, is that you don't necessarily need to go to a store to buy toys.
St. Andrew's Cross. That's
There
what
you
it's
go.
called.
I've converted household items like spatulas and salad tongs.
Ooh.
And
I do have skeleton hand tongs.
And
right
of course,
now.
my name comes from rubber bands, and I tell you, they leave some beautiful marks.
Oh, I know.
I have a friend who enjoys stapling, and they use the veterinarian staples and actual staplers. It just depends on what level of tea you like.
Yes,
Now,
God Christ.
does this friend staple items to his or herself?
No,
Or
you
it's just a
staple yourself.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends that play with staples, and they staple just about anything.
Yeah.
That doesn't...
It's like a pinch. It doesn't... Well, a pinch is hard, but it doesn't, necessarily penetrate you a lot like you would think.
Right, I know, yeah.
At least the way she does it.
So, Kat, is there anything that you haven't tried that you've been intrigued to try? That you would say?
Boy, she went quiet.
Well, okay, I'll say like what I mentioned a few
I
minutes
have
ago.
a thing for...
Go ahead.
Well, I have a thing for uniforms, so guys with cuffs and badges. That tends to be my
Well,
thing,
you should come out and visit me. I've got several uniforms.
Oh, yeah.
As someone just put on a uniform hat with a badge on it.
I'm sure that.
Oh my God! I'm taking a picture of him and sending it to you.
Friendly hat.
Hey, that's my scene name when I'm Officer Friendly.
I'm sending you a picture via Facebook.
As soon as you said that, he shot up out of the chair.
He couldn't get out of his chair fast
Right?
enough to get this.
I never get out of my chair on a show.
So I have been known to find, people of the law and do a little bit of role playing. And I've also, I think for me, if I were to indulge in it, I would start off with rope play and, kind of the easygoing but exciting stuff. It's not too scary. I'm not sure about blood play and all that stuff.
Role play is a lot of fun.
scary
and
for me.
yeah, role play is a lot of fun.
Did you say role play or blood play?
Role play.
No, Cat.
In other words,
Well, I mentioned both.
Yeah.
Oh, she mentioned both.
Yes. And, yes, I'm not a police officer, but I play one in the bedroom. It's pretty fun.
The bedroom, the goth club, the Halloween parties.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what?
What is that baton?
Actually, my baton is a dildo with a handle.
Oh my God.
And it fits in a large flashlight holder because I have a full duty belt that's been specially rigged.
Oh, nice.
You're ready.
Papa's turning red over here.
My nylon holder, which is usually used to hold like rubber gloves, holds 6 clothespins perfectly.
Where do you use those clothespins?
Okay.
Oh,
Tell me.
everywhere?
Yeah.
There, yes.
You have a favorite spot? Of course, nipples, probably, right?
Well, that yeah,
That's a
definitely
given.
that. But the lower half has some great places to latch onto.
Oh, ow!
I just with that dildo baton.
Yes.
For some reason, I just keep envisioning images of Officer Dibble from Top Cat.
Dribble. No, Dibble. You're
Dibble.
right. You're Dibble. Yeah. It's
I don't
Officer
know.
Dribble
Walking around.
after 60. It becomes Officer Dribble.
Oh, shit.
Now, all right, with the role play thing, what for you, Preston? What is the, I guess, most strangest role play you've done, or something completely so different? But,
A lot of, of course, usually when I do something, I've worked something out with a sub that wants to play with somebody in uniform. However, I was at one of the prominent BDSM clubs in San Francisco, known as the Citadel, and I was wearing my full Chicago police uniform. And, we all hear the stories about badge bunnies out on the streets. Well, there are badge bunnies inside the club, and I basically had this really cute 19-year-old throwing herself at me because I'm in a uniform, and I felt bad for her date that was there, and because she was totally focused on me, but I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
So I agreed to do a scene with him, but I made sure he was part of the scene and included. So
What's a scene?
Scene is basically when you have a play session with somebody, you negotiate what you're going to do, limits, things like that, and then you carry it out.
And what kind of limits typically happen of that?
It varies.
You
from
can't penetrate,
really, yeah.
or you can't do this, or
a limit
she can't
can
do
be
that.
a limit can be anything.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, okay, no, I'm not having sex with you, so that's a limit. Or no, don't draw blood, or don't leave marks in visible areas because people have to go to work,
right?
Okay.
So they don't want to be
That makes sense, yeah.
reported as being abused or
Right.
outed as being kinky, and so limits can be defined by the individual, and they vary.
Okay, that's cool. I just learned something.
Kat, would
There's
you
a
do
lot
something?
to learn.
Would
Yeah.
you do something
What
like
was that?
Would you do something like
so
that?
it's funny you ask because I have a friend, and not obviously going to say her name, but she is a member of these clubs, and she has offered to take me to one of them. And I have to tell you, I am actually really looking forward to going and just checking the scene out. And yeah, like I want to see, because like I said, with my experience with the company, we don't indulge that deep into, no pun intended, that world. So there's not a whole lot of education, provided through them in that sense. I'm sure if we ask for it, they would give it to us. But yeah, so I'm interested. I don't know if I would participate right away, but probably not right away. I'd have to figure out what my limitations would be.
And that's an excellent idea, because like when I first went, first of all, I had no idea what to expect. And here I am kind of new, and this was back in the early 90s. And I was like, what am I doing? What kind of creepy people are going to be there? And, what's going to happen? Am I going to make it home that night?
Right. Yeah.
And as soon as I walked in the door and looked around, it was like,
that's everything I would think.
this is home.
Oh.
I was very comfortable, and it wasn't, scary at all, because it's stuff that I liked among other people that did similar things, and it was a great experience.
Did you participate right away?
No, I did a lot of observation, and I learned a lot by standing back and watch what people do and how they do it. And of course, I took classes. I went to a thing what is called a munch, and that's where people meet up at a public restaurant. It's safe, so somebody new can actually meet people without the worry of not going home because you're in a safe atmosphere amongst a bunch of people. And if there is somebody there and the community realizes that, hey, they're a creeper, they're not really in the scene, there's somebody you really shouldn't be with, they let you know, or you figure it out pretty quick. So munches are
true
good
story.
things.
I was supposed to go to a munch last week, but I got sick and could not go. Yeah, ended up in the hospital instead.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, I know.
But
they will have more. They generally, most of them do a monthly every month and at a designated public place. And they call it a munch because it's usually at a restaurant or something. And
why munch? Why the word munch?
Because you're munching on food. So
Okay.
that's
Or
kinda,
people.
Yeah.
Or people.
and there are establishments that are aware of the groups, and some of them are very open and accepting, and then there are some, once they figure out what your group's about, you're looking for another place.
Yeah, but why would that place even know what you're doing? Are they overhearing your conversations?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That can be a telltale sign.
So maybe the waitresses are going back and they're saying, "Hey, these people are talking about kinky stuff and this and that."
However, some of the munches I've
sounds
been
like
to,
a girl's locker room.
Yeah. Some of the munches I've been to, the wait staff actually participate. They actually enjoy our presence, and they welcome us there. And it when you have that, it's a great atmosphere, and it works well.
Now,
I would. I was going to say, I would almost think that in where you are out in California, you guys are probably much more open as a society than maybe over here. If I would think.
It depends on where you are in California, because there are some areas that you got to be careful. But I actually moved back for about a year, several years ago, and participated in some munches here in the Boston area. And I also joined one of the local play clubs, which I don't think is open anymore. But it's the same drill as what it is, in California. And it seemed to go over well, and it didn't seem like there was any issues from, say, the restaurant or coffee house or wherever we would meet at.
Coffee house.
So, say you go to a new area. How do you find this group of people?
Well, I mean, the internet is very helpful in that.
Okay, so just basically Google it.
Yeah, or it's safe bet. Go to FetLife.com. A lot of munch groups will create a page there. You can find them. You can find other people, like-minded people, and find out about things. Eventually, maybe get invited to private play parties and stuff like that. So it's an awesome website.
Also, I might have to go to this website. FetLife.com.
I think you would like it, Patty.
well, if you do, be sure to friend Rubber Band Man.
Okay. So Bubba just looked away. I don't think he liked that I just said that.
Well, he can join too.
Exactly.
No, I don't need to. I have everything in there.
Bumpa's bumpy.
I'm your fetish, baby.
Bumpa the humpa.
No, but what I wanted to get at is for Preston. Say the first time you went to one of these clubs, what was your first impression?
Well, as I was saying a little earlier, I was very apprehensive because I didn't know what to expect. And as I said, it was a little nerve-wracking, but then after I walked in, saw what was going on, saw that the people weren't, these evildoers that you might see in movies as portraying BDSM types, and seeing people enjoying what they're doing and all the different things that were going on, as I said, I felt like I was at home.
I think you need to bring Byron out there.
I agree. Okay.
All right, yeah, maybe.
All right.
Yeah, maybe that.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, guys, I have to say goodbye and hit the hay because I have to be up super early in the morning.
Yes,
but
you
it
do.
has been so fun.
Thank you for calling in, Kat. We appreciate it.
Yes,
of
it was a
course.
pleasure.
Mario couldn't be there.
That's all right. This works just as well.
I'm glad you get called in and chimed in for a bit. Thank you very much.
And I hope to see you add me
no
as a
problem.
friend on FetLife.
I will do that. Rubber band man.
All right.
Will do. Bye, guys.
Have a good
Bye.
night.
Bye,
See you.
Goddess Cat.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night.
Oh, he.
Well, we love her. She's awesome. She's amazing. She is a lot of fun, too.
All right, I think what, you go for a break,
Yeah, I'll take a break.
play a little bit of music,
Uh,
clear our bladders.
I have new music.
No kidding.
You do?
I do. Oh,
Oh, really?
I have.
Yay!
Yes, I got permission from a group.
Yay!
So, Jimmy E, who plays bass for this band, Derek, a.k.a. Deke Diedrichsen, is vocals, Bill Bracken on guitar, and Jeff Lon on drums. This is Inverter.
Yes.
They are a Boston group, and they are basically a hardcore / metal / hip hop / industrial act out of Boston. They are
Now,
called
can
Inverter.
Preston use them to, drown out some of the screams? Maybe he can play that loudly.
Oh, probably.
Music is a big thing in the scene. I do have some playlists from Serenity to Turmoil. It just depends what the scene's all about.
Inverter is out of Boston. They have done many different works. They've worked with WWE. They've done songs for WWE. Columbia Records wrote songs for the horror film Slew Hampshire and the movie Halfway to a Blackout. Influence-wise, the band cites acts as far ranging as Madball, Downset, and Pantera to Prong, Van Halen, Clutch, and Hatebreed.
OMG.
So
Their
their first album was
She just peed a
self-titled.
little bit.
The first album, self-titled, was released in March 2015. Bare Bones was released in July 2018.
So what song are we playing right now?
Right now, we are going to play. I have it queued up here. Hold on one
But I
second.
need the name.
And I have a lot
He
of
has a
other...
cuter, but not ready to play.
I do have it ready to play, but I have stuff to read here.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
you don't
rude.
even see
He
what's going on
reads so
over here.
slowly, though.
There's a lot here.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jesus
You know
Christ.
what? He wants.
Hooked on
he doesn't want
phonics.
to-
I have a lot of...
You know what? He takes his time with everything and does it right the first time.
I have a lot of links where you get the music. Find out more information. I will share that again a little bit because these motherfuckers are rushing me. So
he used to be the
called?
Minuteman.
Surrounded by Inverter. It is explicit language. But we will be right back, folks.
Hey yo, where you going with the shit and grin? I'm in the bass, don't get it.
Hi, everybody. This is Bumper, and you're listening to a Wicked Pizza Show. And guess what? It's not my fault. You're a fucking asshole. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. That was Inverter with Surrounded.
Yeah, that was a great signal that you gave us. You gave us the Team America World Police emergency signal there.
Yeah, had you been listening, you would know it was over.
We were talking.
Apparently, everyone just took everything off and pretended that it was going to be
and
like
then
a
you just
30-minute
went
break.
into your own...
Well, how long did you think you had? It was a few minutes. I mean, what the fuck?
Well, I peed.
All righty then.
I know, all over the floor. Look at the mess that you made again.
And that is a fetish.
I can't right now. I'm
Tiger Lily says she needs to hang out with Preston. Oh, I bet.
Oh, hey now.
Hey now.
Ooh, that's hot. That's spicy.
Hot and spicy.
I mean, we got some stories of when kink goes wrong. Of course, I have to look at the downside of absolutely everything on the planet because I'm Byron. That's what I do. But here's what happens when kinky sex games go horribly wrong.
There we go.
Of course, there's a fine line between pleasure and pain. For some, the same thing. Over here, you got Preston.
No, it is a fine line.
Recent years have seen a number of famous people die at their own hands. David Carradine was found dead in a Bangkok hotel room with a cord tied around his neck and genitals. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You gotta fix that middle.
That's old. I was just showing him during the break. But you guys are having your own little conversation there.
Sorry.
You were shouting at each other. We're trying to have just a normal conversation in the background.
No,
Look at this! And I'm like, holy shit, she's fucking yelling.
That's my fetish. I like to yell and dominate.
You know, maybe if they're not paying attention, punishment should be involved.
Dude. I know. Yeah, all right.
What do you have in mind?
Electrodes in the seats. I could have a little buzzer right here. I would probably like that too much.
That is fun.
Yeah.
Oh my.
2005, Oldham far-right National Front leader Kirsten Etchells died when fastened a kettle flex around his neck to heighten his solo pleasure. Apparently, a lot of people like to jerk off and
autoerotica,
suffocate themselves. Kirsten Digby, a UK TV presenter, died in 2010 in what was thought to be a solo sex game gone wrong, depriving himself of oxygen to get a sexual high. A plastic bag and belt were near his body. Now, where was the person who, took the plastic bag off of the guy? That's
what is that? Like the cop that would do that?
What?
Is the cop taking the bag off when he finds him dead?
No, they found him with the.
With
it nearby.
I got lost from it.
I'm being
attacked,
harassed by
my God. Yeah,
a white pussy underneath my chair.
Ooh. It's white and pink.
That's right. Other things.
It would be fine, but the claws, that's my limit.
So I don't know who these people are, but it's Asian names. On 18 May 1936, they were having sex, and apparently, as usual, one of the people begged to be tied up on the bed. The other one obliged, and during an unexpected frenzy, she strangled the guy and cut off his genitals.
That's taking a little bit too far.
After he died.
Oh, after?
Yeah.
Was she saving it because it was so good?
She wrapped up his junk and kept it in her handbag.
Wow. That sounds more like a serial killer than somebody in the fetish world.
So she was arrested days later. She did admit to killing him and said she'd done it because she loved him so much.
Oh.
Baby, I'm cutting off your junk because I love you.
Yeah, okay.
I turned off my...
Turned off my mic?
No, I turned off my thing there.
I mean, you hear these stories and stuff, and you got to play smart, kind of educate yourself on how to do things. Don't do things that are out of your scope until you know how to do it. Mm-hmm. If you're comfortable with other people involved, seek out people that know how to do these kind of things. Breath play can be a lot of fun, but it's also very dangerous, and if you don't know what you're doing...
What is that? That's the choking?
choking. It could be, a plastic bag over the head. It could be saran wrap. All kinds of different methods.
See, I thought breath play was like, on certain parts of the body, but apparently not.
Well,
no.
And you better have a breath mint for doing that one.
Oh, God.
Right.
Yes. Breath play, choking and limiting breath. Being aroused by this is known as hypoxophilia.
Sounds right to me.
This kink is a type of edge play that is dangerous. Discover the basics of breath play with extreme caution from an experienced dominant and learn the risks in this Reddit thread.
A scene that I would like to do someday is definitely a form of breath play involving a bathtub. Yes.
No water. No, thank
Whoops.
you. Nope. That's my thing. No.
So you're not into water
There's
sports?
your limit.
Oh, no, wait. That scares the shit out of me.
But you say that today.
No. I've had that fear for 40 years. I don't think I'm getting over it. I know what you're... No. We can do it in the bathtub, but nothing limiting.
Do it in the bath? That's going to cause nothing but
Hey,
bruises.
Mark, you have an available bathtub.
You can, listen, you got
Ooh, actually,
I got sanitary
I
wipes.
dropped the soap.
Brings a whole new meaning to that.
Oh my God.
No doubt.
All right, are you still going?
Yeah.
Ooh, you keep on going.
There's
huh?
cling film calamity here up next.
Ooh.
Actually, and speaking of cling film, pallet wrap, which you can buy at Home Depot at a pretty good price, is awesome for bondage play. But if you want to get into some breath play, you can wrap that around somebody, and when you finish wrapping, then you maybe take your thumbs and grab their head and stick them through their mouth, and it pops it open, and they're breathing again.
Oh yeah, that says nothing but fun for me there.
Or you can pop a hole in the mouth and insert something else in there.
Yes, you can. If you have something to insert.
True.
I don't have a gagging noise, so.
Oh, yes. No.
What was that? One more time?
I can't do it now. Now she told me to do it.
Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see if I can find that. Gurgle. What was the name of the black guy from SNL? Tracy Morgan.
Oh my God! Yes, gurgle, gurgle, gurgle.
Oh my God!
Do you know that? You don't know that?
Gurgle, gurgle.
Because he doesn't listen to Howard Stern. That's why.
That was one of the funniest things he
Yes,
did
it was.
say.
Oh my God!
And I'm not going to find that.
Don't you hate when that happens?
Mm-hmm.
Always.
Well, in between your thing, I have I could shoot some out here and there. Ooh, the complete list of 203 sexual fetishes and kinks. Because I'm the news girl, I guess, right?
Yeah, it appears that way.
I gotta fill these spots somehow.
Breaking news.
I have things, but
These two jokers,
I have things. I've been trying to bring up. I have two lists.
I think you're over there just typing
All
away.
I have lists right here. Boom, they're ready.
All right, so bust one out.
Yeah.
Okay, here he's still telling the news. So you
No,
you
we're
say-
gonna.
I was going to, and then he had
shut
headline
your
news
pie
or
hole
something.
and just.
And now breaking news with Bumpa.
No breaking news yet. He said he wanted to do some stories, and he had one. Some of these, we'll see if Preston has any. Oh God.
Oh my.
Acractomophilia. Arousal to amputees.
It would make fisting so much easier.
Oh my God! Oh.
No legs there, nothing to fight off.
There are some that like it big.
Oh.
Yes.
This is weird. Actorasty, which is arousal to sun rays.
That's not me.
I have better ones than you do.
This is a list of 46, but go ahead. You tell me what you got.
Well, no, I'm listening to you.
Yeah?
Go ahead.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Somebody say
I know.
something.
That's
I just like fucking with him.
agalmatophilia. Oh, my God. Agalmatophilia.
Just spit that out. It's okay.
Common spelling.
Arousal to statues.
Agoraphilia, fetish dedicated to sex in public places.
Ooh.
Patty Cake
I
says
like
that.
I
Yep,
like that
she
one.
does.
Mhm.
Arousal of oneself as an amputee. An amputee gets off.
Self-fisting?
A potomophilia.
Or the lack of a fist.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, here we go. Autoplushophilia. Arousal to oneself dressed as a giant cartoon-like stuffed animal.
Furries.
Oh, my God.
I know about furries. You know about furries, too.
I'm aware of furries. I am not a furry.
No.
Although I did play McGruff, the crime watchdog, once. 20 minutes in that suit, and I was out of there.
Yeah, that's a warm...
It was a hot experience.
I do remember one of the fire departments in our local area put a guy in the suit, in a fire dog suit, and he's walking around, and some kid kicked him right in the crotch, and he chased after. Now the guy was a little slow, but he wanted to help out the fire. He's the guy who hangs out at the fire station who
Paul?
No. Just another guy who I mean, his whole life he's slow, and so they put him in that caution. That kid kicked him right in the crotch, and he just chased after. So he's the head fall off of the fire dog, and he's running, going, "You son of a bitch!"
I hate to say, when I was in high school, I used to hang out at the fire station, and I will tell you one thing: I never ate the best at the fire station. It was just top notch.
Oh, I see them all the time. Okay.
Thank you.
You're lucky I brought my bag of tricks.
Anybody got any ice?
No.
Oh, yeah, we got more. We should have done that on the break.
We should have. I can
we'll
wait.
Go right now.
Well,
go right now.
Coprophilia.
Oh, I know this one.
Arousal to feces.
That's a limit in my book, but some people really get into it. I'm aware of some people that do like that. And
people who like a hot Carl.
I can't criticize anybody for their fetishes. That's what they like. That's their thing. Not my thing. Go have fun. Enjoy yourself. Because I'm not going to say it's bad.
Right.
Because that's their thing.
So what you're saying is you've never had a hot Carl?
I've never had that.
Done a waffle stomp?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
What's the Cleveland Steamer?
The Cleveland Steamer, yeah.
Ain't happening.
Dirty Sanchez.
Nothing close to that. Anything close to that and just started puking or anything? No.
Nope. About the worst thing that ever happened to me in a scene was it was during a music playlist that was going on, and it was mostly like industrial goth music playing, and
Mystery.
Then out of the blue, Sweet Caroline kicks in, and it was
wait.
Fuck it up.
Don't you mean Out of the Brown?
Yep. There wasn't any of that. It was me and another top doing one person, and that came up, and we just kind of had to just stop and laugh.
That definitely game.
I think that
buzz killer, right?
That that takes the scene down quite a few notches.
So did someone do that as a joke?
No, I think their playlist was just kind of messed up.
Oh shit. Oh my God! Da, da, da.
Speaking of
Seventh inning
that,
stretch.
2018 World Series winners. That goes out to the Red Sox and those who fuck up on a playlist when you're doing some nasty shit.
Nasty.
Is one Patty's Alley, exhibitionism.
Yeah.
Arousal displaying one's sexual organs in public.
Fuck you, ass.
Though, it's actually more common than you think.
Oh, I know.
That's how we met. No. Oops. What was that? I have one. Calciphilia, a fetish for high heels, usually worn by women, but not always.
Oh. Have you worn high heels?
I refuse to answer on the grounds it might incriminate me.
Oh.
I am what is called. There are different types of statuses of an individual in the scene. You have your sub, your bottom, and they mean different things. You have a top or a dom, which also mean different things. And then you have what is called a switch. And a switch will go top or
Whatever,
bottom,
right.
and very versatile. Some say, oh, switches are just confusing. I don't know what they want. I say, no, we do know what we like, and we like both.
Yes.
Pleasure. Exactly, yeah.
The pleasure.
Right.
That's all
Right.
it is. It's just pleasure.
That's the more you know, you know?
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Autofellatio. A kink where a man performs a blowjob on himself.
Yeah, well, if guys could do that regularly, they'd never leave the house.
Have you ever seen that?
I've never seen it. I've heard of it.
He's done it. Right?
Have you ever seen it?
I have not
that
seen
I've never
it.
tried it, okay?
Have you ever seen anyone try it?
I was,
No.
listen, you remember
I have.
Ooh.
in person?
Do tell some more.
Oh, boy. Keep going.
Looks like you got a white pussy problem, too.
I'll get him down.
Yeah. It's just, it was someone very close to me.
Oh, boy. Nice.
Yeah, that's all I'm
How'd
gonna
that
say
work
about
out, though?
Strained back?
No,
Bruised ribs?
no.
Stomach cramps?
Double jointed.
About 120 pounds lighter back in the day.
Oh,
That's all I'm
my.
gonna say. Tried it once or twice. Maybe it worked,
God.
maybe it didn't. I don't know. We're on Facebook Live, I just realized. All right,
George would know.
That's right. He's tried it a couple of times.
Can't prove that, Rusty.
What are some of these others? So we talked about breath play, breast nipple torture, the breast equivalent of CBT. What is CBT?
Cock and ball torture.
Ooh.
Now-
Torture may include hitting,
Yes.
pinching,
Yes.
bondage, and other methods of
Yes.
inflicting pain onto
Yes.
breasts.
Like clothespins, binder clips.
Okay, so breast. Breast.
Butterfly
So
clip.
what about like almost like giving a hick, not a hickey, but like a step further than a hickey, where it's like
Could be.
Oh, hey.
No, I'm okay now.
Nipple. Teeth.
Yeah, but more in the flesh.
Chopping.
There are these clips. They're like butterfly clips, Japanese butterfly clips, and the thing is when you clip them on, if you hang weights on them, they squeeze tighter. So
Ooh.
the heavier or the more pull on it, the tighter they bite in, and they're a lot of fun.
See, sometimes like I can't handle nipple play.
So we're having...
I'm like right in the middle of it. I'll be like, nope, smack the hands away. Nope, it ruins the moment. Other times I'm screaming and begging for it.
Then
Yeah.
that's
So
how
what-
it goes.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
you know, not every time when you do something you want to do it all the time.
Right.
So, you know, that is part of like the negotiation. If you have an idea that that's not interesting you for this scene, then you let it know. Now, if say it's introduced while you're having a scene with somebody, you could have a verbal way of expressing that. Like one thing might be is that say that's going to happen, and the dom's like, you know, I'm going to put these on you, and you could say, you know, yes, sir, please do, or something, and then you could have another verbal cue of like saying something like, if you insist. And that could be a message saying, I really don't want to do that, but I don't want to ruin the scene by saying, you know, by stopping it or something of that nature. So there are ways to have verbal cues with the person you're playing with that nobody else will understand.
Okay.
But there are 3 verbal cues that everybody understands, and that's red means, you know, you shout out red at a play space, and what they have is called dungeon monitors, and if they hear that, they'll come over, and the scene must stop because you have basically said stop by calling out red. Because you could have a scene where stop, you could say, oh, stop, please stop, and that's part of the scene. So using something that is not as common like red, which is kind of a universal term for stop. Then you have yellow. And yellow can be used for, hey, I'm getting to the point where I'm about to say red, so kind of back off a little bit. And green is, what are you doing? Step it up, dude. You know.
Okay,
so
gotcha. Okay.
And those are the 3 universal calls in a scene, especially when you're at a public play space.
Have you had any of those said during a scene with you?
I've had some green, and
Okay.
I've had No, I've never had any yell. I mean, I tend to know the people that I've played with, so I kind of get an idea of where I'm pushing it. And you can push limits a little bit. I mean, sometimes, and there are some limits you don't push at all. But I remember doing a scene at the San Francisco Citadel, and I pushed her limits a little bit, and it didn't call red. Everything was good.
Did she call yellow?
Nope. In fact,
Look at the smile.
So how
on
do
his
you know you
face.
pushed her limits?
Because
Did you
I
see
knew
in
I
her
went
face?
I knew I was went a little bit beyond of what.
Can you elaborate on that?
I was using a riding crop on her genitals.
Okay.
And I stepped it up a little bit, and
What, did she wince, or gave you like a notion like, oh my, like you knew?
I knew that I was moving it up a little bit to the point, but it was a point where she was like, "Okay, you're pushing it, but this is good.
I can handle it." Yeah.
And you kind of learn when you're playing with somebody their expressions and how things are going, to where, okay, you know what, I'm not going to go anywhere beyond this. This is fine, and end it. And the neat thing is that after the scene was done, for the rest of the night, she came up, kept giving me hugs, and was just very happy. The scene where it went.
Okay, can I ask another question?
Ask away.
So a lot of these scenes, what are you getting from it? Are you getting
Great googly moogly.
the domination part of it per se, where you get to do this to the woman? Are you getting the money shot, where you get to have an orgasm? Penetration. What are you gaining? What are you going for?
A lot of the scene, it's not necessarily sex based. It's control. It's taking people beyond their limits or living out their fantasies.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm in the top mode, I enjoy bringing somebody to where they want to experiment, try, or go, and they can't do that by themselves by any means.
And this is when he gets into the bottom mode.
No! That's so bad.
No, Kelly Clarkson.
Sorry.
I'm just playing dumb,
Go
Preston.
for it.
I'm
Yep.
really playing dumb. Can you really?
Yeah, right.
I need. Shut up. I really need an explanation of this top thing.
Okay.
I need to know, because I'm thinking top is something else.
A top kind of basically tops somebody that wants to be submissive or receive torture, pleasure, however it goes. There's so many different definitions. There are the main definitions. I can't quote them.
That's fine.
But there are different types of, like, a dom, a top. Some might be a service dom, which is somebody that actually follows the close direction of what the sub wants. And that can be very specific. A dom might be somebody that you're actually, you're in a relationship with. You are the one that makes the rules. Even in the vanilla world, you're still dominating them by, like, say, you go out to dinner and you pick what they're going to have for dinner, and you pick what they're going to wear out in public, and things there are, and it's wide open. I mean, it's individual making up their own path, and it varies.
Roughly, how many people are at a party, a play party? Would you say, like a general average?
I mean, you have your private home parties. I mean, it could be anywhere from 10 to 30 people.
Babe, that's how we get people to come to our parties now.
Note to self: I'm not attending those parties.
And then if you go boring. If you go to a play space club type of thing, then it could be anywhere from 30 or more, depending on what the place can, what kind of capacity.
Have you been to one that's like almost out of control, like say like 100 people, and it's like
the San Francisco Citadel does have quite a few people that go, and San Francisco has an event called the Folsom Street Fair, and it's essentially a street fair that takes up, I don't know, like 8 or 9 blocks off of Folsom Boulevard in San Francisco, and essentially it's a giant BDSM event. You have people walking around naked to fully clothed. You'll have people that are curious or vanillas that are just checking it out.
You'll have guys blowing each other in the crowd with loud circles around them.
I don't see a lot of that kind of activity because that's probably frowned upon by law enforcement. But you'd be surprised that how San Francisco is pretty open because it's like the 3rd largest event that takes place in San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
So they generally support it, and long as it's within the enclosed area of it's at, San Francisco PD does not really...
Yeah, and as long as they're not too
right.
anyone doing
I heard a
sex
conversation between 2 San Francisco police officers saying that they need to put a sign on their shirt saying, "We're the real police."
Oh, my God,
There are
yes.
a lot of people there in uniform. Some are in authentic uniforms, and then some of them are on leather uniforms mimicking the same colors and designs of actual agencies. So yeah,
that's like you said. That's some people just really get off on that, right?
They do, yes, and that falls under role play and all that kind of stuff. And you know what, vanilla, kinky or not, if you're ever in San Francisco when this happens, which is usually the end of September, check it out.
Note to self.
That's right there. The biggest cop impersonator on the planet is the lead singer from.
Technically brings up the fetish flea market.
Where's that?
Well, I know they have one in San Francisco, but I'm sure other cities have them. But
what is it?
Well, it's basically a flea market for toys. And like, say, I bought something 5 years ago, I don't use it anymore, and I want to let it go. You sell off your toys, and people will buy them at obviously a discount.
Don't worry about that stain over there. It's not infectious.
Well, most people take very good care of their toys because, 1, they're expensive, and 2, you don't want to be passing anything around.
Jesus, woman, I can't believe you squirted all over these skirts. Right.
Yeah, so it's a good place to get things that are cheaper, just as if you were going to a garage
Have
sale.
you ever gone to one?
I have.
Have you bought anything?
I have not.
Why?
Because I usually have most of the stuff that they are selling.
He is.
Yeah, I got that.
He has an own room in his own house just for storage of this stuff, and the overflow fits in a nice chest in his trunk of his car, one of his cars.
Yeah, I'm quite a toy collector.
Yes.
It used to be all 2-way radios. Now it's 2-way pain devices.
Chris B checking in.
Hey, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
Welcome
you're
aboard.
missing all the fun, Chris.
Oh,
there's one in Marlborough, Massachusetts, according to Tiger Lily.
Oh, really?
My
Let
old
us know
stomping
when.
grounds.
That's right.
Let us
Marlboro
know
has
where and
changed.
when.
We'll shop it.
So I have another thing from the Bad Girls Bible. 203.
I'm gonna fucking kill this.
She wants
throw him out.
Corsestry, the act of wearing a corset, sometimes to the extent of changing the shape and size of one's body.
Yes.
Tight lacing a corset enables one to successfully waist train.
Breathing is optional.
Some dominants may use tight lacing to...
Correct.
It's not just limited to your abs and tummy either. Where else should we do that at? Leg? No.
Where in the world would they do that?
You have the cinctures that basically do not cover the breasts, and then you have the full corsets that do. I'm not the knowing of everything, but basically the ones that I see are either like a cincher or a corset that includes the breasts, and they can be very expensive.
Oh, I want one.
Ball torture.
I actually
brings up ball torture.
I actually have a friend that had one custom made. I can't remember the name of the place. It's in San Francisco, something Garden. They make some of the best corsets around, and she dropped about $800-900 on it.
Nah,
Oh my
I'm
God.
cheap. I'll take a $30 one.
She's going to the Grafton flea market.
Yeah. Hey, you might pick one up at a fetish flea market.
Joel.
And what was that about the ball?
Yeah, one of our listeners, Chris, talks about ball torture.
I mean, I'm assuming something like a ball gag or things like that.
No, I'm pretty sure it's something like slamming your,
Well,
your plums in the door repeatedly.
Well, if it's that, it falls under the CBT, cockball torture, and there are some.
Are you into that?
I've paled a little bit here.
I love how he's trying to tread.
You are turning pale.
I'm sweating.
Preston over here is trying to tread carefully with words.
Being that I have been a switch, I have tried some things. However, I have not gone to the extremes. And really, I mean, you name it, it can occur anywhere from clothespins to, I mean, you have cages that basically encage the penis so you can't do anything with it.
Well, that's no fun.
You can add weights to things. There is a gentleman that walks around at the Folsom Street Fair that has, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 pounds worth of weights hanging off of various attachments.
Oh.
And one of them has the like these chains coming down attached to a shelf with things on the shelf. I mean, you know, it's to each of their own. I mean, some people are like, "Hey, bring it on," and some like, "You touch them, I'm going to hurt you."
I like grabbing balls. Like that's my.
Well, as Chris B points out, no stepping on nuts with a heel.
That is definitely a fetish. For
definitely, and it does fall under the CBT.
So, have you seen or heard of people that like that the nut pain? I mean,
I've seen it. I don't personally know anybody that engages in it, but yes, I have seen it.
You ever seen anybody performing nasolingus?
Which is?
That's arousal to sucking on a person's nose.
Can't say I have.
I don't want boogies.
You know, there are people that eat their own boogers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and no.
I mean, hell, we grew up with quite a few of those people.
You know, if you can't share your boogers with someone.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, look at your own boogers, but what about... You know, people eating other people's boogers.
Come here, let's try this right now.
Come on, get away.
Give me your nose.
I love you, baby.
You know
that joke that says you can
we
pick your
might
friends.
not subscribe to that idea. It might not be my thing. Yes, somebody out there, it is their thing. And you know what? Nothing wrong with that. That's them. They're doing their thing. They're hurting nobody else. Let them enjoy it, kind of a thing. And I won't put anybody down for their likes because... I might like something they don't like,
right,
and vice versa. And, you know, do what you want to do and be happy.
And, well, as Chris Beaton and people out there that like to eat shit, too. Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that's the corporal-philiacs.
And that's not my thing.
DVP. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say on the boogers part, it's like, all right, Byron, say you're dating a chick, okay? You've been dating for a while.
Sure.
And then suddenly you find out she likes to eat other people's boogers. And at first you're like, she wants to eat your boogers.
I'm sorry, Rob Roddy, take her right off of the stage.
And she said, hey, I ate all my ex's boogers. I want to do yours. But I'm thinking that automatic, that kissing just went to like shit. All those times you kissed her. Yeah, now
she
your
had
mouth
kind of a salty taste when I kissed her.
You know, I actually know somebody that likes to eat their own boogers, and it's like, really, please, not in front of me.
There are people who like to eat their own toenail clippings, skin.
No.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Bumpa, we know,
Stranger Things,
has xylophilia. He gets aroused to wood.
Oh God.
Yep, you know, but I have some really nice wood paddles, and I'll tell you,
Do you have one with holes in it?
I do, but that one's made out of aluminum.
What's the difference between the wood? Like, does one give like a heart is more painful than the other? Or is it wind?
I'm thinking the wood's a little more heavier though.
Wood's heavier. Wood can tend to be stingy, where metal can be a little more thuddy.
I gotcha. Yeah.
And
nice thing about the metal, though, is like I've been known to put my aluminum paddle in the freezer for about a day before a scene, and utilize a very cold paddle on a very submissive person, and it has, and especially going back to the like using the ice cube like it's a cutting knife. Well, a thin piece of aluminum rubbed along parts will feel similar.
Now, I'm sure you've heard of sploshing.
I haven't.
It's a.k.a. wet and messy, or wham. Women typically sit in gunk tanks or roll around in paddling pools filled with baked beans and other kind of wet stuff, gloopy stuff.
I haven't known anybody that does anything like that. And two, it's got to be practical.
Balloons are a big thing.
Doing things at home, you can pretty much do whatever you want because you're responsible. You'll clean your own house up or your own play space up. When you go to like a public play space, there are rules about doing things that involve stuff that might need much larger cleanup. And generally, you have to let them know ahead of time and get permission.
Now, our friends at the Black Dog Radio Show out there, just in the Chicagoland area, they love colorphilia, the sexual attraction of clowns.
Whoa. Oh, my God.
Because they have their own little clown on staff there.
He's a dirty, nasty
Keeps
clown.
on coming up and drinking all their whiskey.
You know, it falls. I mean, that's kind of a role play thing, you know, and maybe experiencing your fears because there are people that fear clowns, and if you had a clown that's got you all tied up and is doing all kinds of things to you, that might heighten your experience, your sexual arousal, and your enjoyment, even though you might be in fear of this clown. But it all reverts back to the trust thing because if you're playing with your partner, you know, okay, this might be scary, but you know, I'm going to come out of this fine. At least I hope so.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Let's see. Looking at LOL what? Necrophilia. That's...
yes, because somebody, you know, sometimes you just need a cold one. You know, I actually have a T-shirt that says necrophilia because sometimes you need a cold one, and I actually wore it at the Folsom Street Fair in San Francisco, and I had a lot of people that wanted to take pictures of it because they just thought it was priceless.
Well, then there's emetophilia. It's a rather, as some people would say, it's a rather disgusting sexual fetish, but that's getting puked on or watching someone get sick. And, of course, we discussed corporophilia, which that's a little bit of a hot Carl issue there. That's when somebody takes a dump right on your chest.
You know, to each is their own. I don't, you know, early on I probably thought to the point that that's disgusting, you're crazy, why are you doing that? But, you know, as I learn more, everybody has different likes and different desires and different fetishes, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with that, long as you're consensual about it. And it's nothing I would want to do at this time, because you can never say never, but it's nothing that I, at this time, would practice.
Ever receive a Blumpkin? I'm having a feeling that most people know what it is.
You know, some do, some don't. There is
no, thank you.
There's so much out there that, you know, even somebody like me who has been in this realm for many, many years, I don't know everything.
Well, you're sitting on the toilet, taking a dump.
And getting a Hummer.
Well,
that is something you're never going to receive because yours stinks.
Yeah. All right, Miss Roses.
Another big one that we're seeing nowadays is diapers or diaper fetish.
You know, it is a fetish. I know somebody that enjoys it and likes it, and you know what? Touche. Awesome. Have fun with it. Not my thing. Not a lot of people's thing, but then again, why would I want to put down something that somebody enjoys while I might enjoy something that they are totally not interested in themselves? To each is their own. It's kind of like, if they're not hurting you, then let them have fun with it.
Exactly.
Stimming. That's the slang for the use of electricity for sexual situations.
You know, I actually will say that I've enjoyed doing some of that. I have 2 stun guns. Sometimes.
Have you get your balls zapped? Or?
Not me, no. However, even if somebody doesn't want to do electrical play, having the stun gun, just the sound can put them in one heck of a state of mind.
The only sound I heard the night that I heard Bumpa here in Vegas experimenting with that was the first day we came back from, what's the pyramid there? Luxor.
Yeah.
And I got those deals on those muscle stimulators there.
Right.
He goes and sticks one on either side. Now, it clearly says, don't put it on your head.
Yes.
So he puts one on either side of his temples, and he's just sitting there looking intently at it, and he's touching it. And I know that he's going to eventually ramp up the power.
Self-masochism.
Well, it just goes, I mean, you can almost hear, and he just screams and yanks these electrodes off of his head. And he goes, fuck. And I'm like, didn't you read the warning? Don't put them on your head.
TENS units are very popular in the scene.
Yeah, that's what it was.
There's a device called a violet wand.
I've heard of that.
They're great. I have a solid state one. It feels different than the traditional kind, which is kind of more like something that Tesla had developed. One you can use almost nonstop. The traditional kind eventually heats up, and you kind of got to set it aside once in a while.
This one here, thanks to the dailynews.com, NewYorkDailyNews.com, is you can put an electric butt plug and a catheter or vaginal insert so the electricity can go between the two. Can you imagine that? I mean,
I'm getting antsy in my seat right now.
It sounds like a lot of fun
Tiger
to me.
loves the TENS. And Chris, he's kind of a doctor. He is the colonel of corporal punishment, the sultan of spank.
Kind of a doctor.
He is our own rubber band man, the correspondent from the left coast.
Kat found him and friended him on FitLife.
Oh,
awesome! I will definitely attend to accepting that.
Yes.
Gerontophilia. Oh, yes. Gerontophilia, arousal to the elderly.
Yeah, no.
You know, there are people.
A lot of old folks in that scene?
There are.
Yeah.
I've known some that, just because you're old doesn't mean you're not kinky.
Mm-hmm.
And
does that turn you off, though?
No, it doesn't.
So you've been in a scene with some older
Yeah, you ever
people?
get into an older?
I have played with older, yes.
Was it just as pleasurable for you, though? Or do you...
Or different experience?
It's a different experience. I wouldn't say it wasn't pleasurable. I mean, granted, older people have a lot more experience.
Mm-hmm.
And so it does have its advantages. And then if you're like in a submissive role or something of that nature, then you're kind of like, the slave to this individual. Yes, they're older. And it's just, a whole different fantasy.
Now, we know that the rubber band man here definitely has his Red Wings. I believe he wears them proudly.
I think every guy has their Red Wings, don't they? At least?
No, not every guy.
You don't have you never earned your...
Oh, I did, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but, I mean, Bumpa here elevated it to a whole new level. I mean, basically, you just could hear, red rum, but it looked like a bloody crime scene decades ago.
Him?
Yeah.
As I say, there's always a shower available.
Yeah, right? Why are you shy? This is a kinky show.
I'm just
head.
soaking it all in, that's all.
You're supposed to be participating.
I am. I'm reading stuff
you know
over
what?
here.
You don't have much to participate with, do you?
You notice
You're
he's been...
over there, huh?
I am.
And the weirdest I've come across is Omarosa.
Omarosa?
Yeah, exactly.
You have a fetish for Omarosa?
Omorashi. The arousal of feeling a full bladder.
What the?
It's a Japanese thing.
That is not pleasurable.
Well,
Let me get pee and
the
I'll
Japanese
go
actually have...
They put us to shame.
Well, and they're very well known for their rope bondage, as well as just the use of rope. I mean, I have seen some really awesome rope scenes where, you can make outfits out of rope, bondage outfits out of rope, suspension, you name it, you can do it with rope. People that do it's time consuming. It is awesome to see. It's not everybody's thing to do it, but I think receiving it would be pretty cool, and we probably thank the Japanese for a lot of that. They are definitely a kinky crew.
Well, where's Kama Sutra originated from? Is that Japanese or Chinese?
I believe so, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. But, yeah.
I have one for Byron.
Okay.
Samantophilia. Arousal to the cognitively impaired or developmentally delayed.
Oh, my God.
You going back to that?
Didn't we see her at Walmart?
We did.
You know, and that just proves that everybody has something.
Oh my God!
No, there's a long and involved story with this one. I just thought she was drunk until I met her mom.
Yeah, mom and sister who drove her there.
As long as you don't have to talk this with a judge, to
sure.
each is your own.
Well, on the
They almost
messages,
have
you
to.
saw the
Almost.
messages I was getting. I was just...
It was a group. I don't know. It was a birthday or bachelorette
It was a
party.
bachelorette party.
Right?
No, a birthday party. It
Are
was
you
a birthday
sure?
party.
Yeah, it was a
Because
group.
they had certain nights at that club
No,
that
no,
they
no,
allowed special needs to come in
it
and
wasn't
do
that.
It wasn't on Tuesday.
Karaoke.
It wasn't on Tuesday.
No, it wasn't. This was during a band, and I couldn't hear, so I couldn't hear the nuance in the voice. I heard the yelling, and look normal.
Oh, exactly. It was a
No! I seen her! No!
At the time, dark lighting. Hey, there was a group of girls.
And a lot of beer.
It's like a
Yeah,
bachelorette
they
party.
must have been- well, they had
There were
big beers there.
There were like 6 of them. And he, Mr. Chatty over here, strike up
Oh,
a
yeah,
conversation.
he'll talk with anybody about
Oh,
it.
yeah, he'll talk.
I'll talk to the Hell's Angel from time to time.
He'll strike up a conversation with a homeless guy next to the Coke machine.
No, those guys I stay clear of. They come and find me. Right, there, bro.
There is a fetish for that.
Oh my God!
Of course there is.
I actually saw it in a movie. It was kind of hot if you really think about it. This Dom apparently had an issue with his sub, and they drive out in a limo to this neighborhood, and he kicks her to the curb and basically gives her to the homeless men in the street. Now, granted, this was a movie, so obviously it wasn't
What the hell did
real
they call
homeless.
it? Oh, they call
But
that-
somebody thought that up.
Wait,
Correct.
Yeah, they call that a soup kitchen.
That actually sounds kind of hot.
Dirty Hank and the boys, thank you,
You
for
know-
letting us have a soup kitchen in your Prius.
But going back to that group, he's just chatting up with the group, blah blah blah. For whatever reason, he gives out his number and to like half the group or something. And hey, come on, 700, gives the number. And
What was his number again?
7742.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he's just chatting up a storm, and a minute, 2 minutes later, boom, he gets a message. Oh, hey, I want to fuck your brains out, things like that.
And I'm like,
and he's looking at.
Oh, wait a minute.
He's like, hey, right. And at first, you don't really pick it up because it's just he has no idea what's going on with her yet, And then as
He's like, hey, I'm getting
a few
something.
minutes goes into it, like you said, at first you just think he's kind of like she's drunk or buzzed, whatever. No, she's not there. And she was, the sister of one of the girls that part of the bachelor party, and the mom drove them, whatever. And she was a special sister, and she wanted a piece of him like there was no tomorrow.
like you read about. I got really worried going, I'm going to jail. I'm getting these messages. I'm going to jail.
And it was funny because at first,
Were they dirty messages?
oh yeah, filthy. She wanted to bang his brains out, fucking blah blah. And
Yeah, it
so
was
he's showing me.
pretty
And
bad.
I'm like, hey man, you're gonna get laid, all right. And then after a few minutes of talking and having oh shit. He's like, get me out of here.
I need to leave now. And he's like, no, I still got a half a beer left. And then he goes up and fills up another beer.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
Did
he
you really?
did. Yes, he
Yes,
did.
you fucking ass.
She kept on looking at me with these hungry eyes, going, I'm going to mess you up.
I recall a song from the 80s with hungry eyes.
Yes.
Oh, God.
No, these weren't hungry eyes. These were disturbed hungry eyes.
Oh my god.
They were definitely disturbed hungry eyes.
Urophilia. Urinating on others. Golden showers.
That is pretty popular, actually.
It is.
As something, I mean, I don't want to put you in the light there, but
Yes.
And I want to ask if you like it, but is that something that, let's just go with, intrigues you? Leave it at that.
I haven't experienced much in that area.
All right.
Remember that video?
Is it something you would do? With the right person, I guess,
With
right?
the right person,
Right
yeah.
situation and all that.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean, because what would be the ultimate in submission?
Yeah, right, yeah.
And
No comment.
Shit, I'll go home and do that tonight. I mean, that's... I gotta go.
And actually,
I gotta
if you watch Bear Grylls, it's okay to drink because yes,
It's sterile.
It's not going to hurt you.
Now,
I know what I'm doing. I go home.
he doesn't like it. He doesn't like it because
I'm gonna lay in the tub, have a drink, and she's whatever.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Look at her face.
Oh, okay. No. I don't.
Or you mutually
wait a
could
minute.
do it.
Hold on a second. I get that video in a Walmart parking lot from that girl
whoa,
years
whoa.
ago. Remember that?
Because that was like...
That was a half
That
gallon.
It was a loose garden hose. That was gross.
Putting out the fire.
Yeah. Oh.
We're in the parking lot of Walmart. He's walking into Walmart going,
you know,
he's like, hey, let me show you this video the girl sent me, right? And I'm thinking, he shows it.
You think she's going to be masturbating or something?
Or in a little squirt. No, I mean, it was...
It was like somebody punctured a hole with a knife into a half gallon of water.
You know, teach their own, but out of the scheme of things, it is not something that is going to cause you problems.
Watch this. Imagine if you were between her legs when that happened.
With her, it's okay. But between that one, no. No, that would vomit. I would vomit.
Why? She wasn't attractive?
Oh,
no.
Oh, what? No. Like, oh.
But if you were blindfolded, you'd have no clue.
You'd never know.
Well, he'd see her before the blindfold was on.
No. If
Not
you walked him
necessarily.
into the room
Okay.
and he didn't know what was about to hit him, he wouldn't let you happen. He wouldn't let it happen.
However, that goes into the art of negotiation because he could say only you and nobody else.
And then we pick out that and put in Preston Lacey from Jackass and have him pee all over.
Oh my god! If I have any listeners who chime in, actually, I guess something here from Kat. Oh, she's still listening. Totally forgot, but she does have a weird fetish that she heard of. Pterodactyl sex porn.
Oh, we did talk about that at the party.
We did talk about
What was that? What is that?
It was having
sorry.
sex with pterodactyl people dressed up as pterodactyls.
Yeah, that's a new
okay.
fetish.
Caw-caw,
Totally
caw-caw.
So now I'll ask Kat, and I think Chris B is on the other side somewhere on Facebook.
He found us on Facebook.
And
Yes.
Tiger Lily, they're on Facebook and Spreaker or whatever. Do golden showers interest them? That's something they do. Just curious.
Are you interested in giving someone a golden shower, Bumpa?
Am I?
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I guess I would. I don't know.
Yeah, well, giving is so much easier than receiving, but it just depends what your fetish is.
Do you ever think of that? You want a shot?
No, I don't.
Here, finish this one.
That's Bumpa peeing on the floor right here. Okay, now he's getting in. He's getting warmed up for that. Look at her going for two.
He took my shot.
Oh, that bastard.
Keep
But
up
don't
those
worry.
shots, and we might have an opportunity for the moment.
Hey now.
So, yeah, Chris
Not
B is
in
on
my
Facebook.
tub.
Byron, is there something that you've always wanted to try? No, seriously. Is there something you've always wanted to try? And it's a little
That's
taboo
right.
for you, a little bit, but you're like, wow, that might actually be kind of hot if I had the right girl. Or...
All right. Well, I was approached years ago with a donkey punch request.
Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I am. And I did volunteer to be a participant.
Oh, God.
I could picture you doing that.
yeah,
I don't know why.
absolutely.
I could picture you completely
All right, so-
signing up for that.
Yep.
For the record,
Sign all waivers. Here you go.
Let's
Let's go.
re-explanate.
And there will be waivers.
Do we have any more beer for me? Thank you.
You go on domestic now.
It's okay. I gotta lighten up anyways. Hydrate.
Hydrate or Zydrate?
You're really going to hate me.
Yeah, no, we're good.
Right. Are you on a lighting, Google?
I got one.
No, I'm good right here. I like this.
I think at the next break I'm going to need some ice and some water.
Well, we're almost going to wrap this up.
Well, then, hey, let's just
because
keep going.
someone has to go to school in the morning.
Oh, fuck him.
I'm off.
Just let him stay awake the
I
entire
need to
night
get off
worrying
what? I mean,
about it.
what?
Oh, my.
Well, let him go to school.
Hi, everybody. This is Bumper. And you're listening to a Wicked Pizza Show. And guess what? It's not my fault. You're a fucking asshole.
I don't know how I feel about that.
That's okay.
I do like that one.
You do?
Tiger.
I don't. I'm not.
Tiger
fan.
really tried. Well, it needs some music background, but I'll get that.
Tried it.
Hi, it's Bumper.
Tried it. It was
okay. I got the chance. No huge desire to do it again.
Yeah.
What?
The golden shower.
Golden shower or donkey punch?
Donkey punch, maybe. I don't know.
want Tiger Lily.
I'll think a golden shower.
Golden shower.
I don't
or
think she's
donkey
the type
punch.
to get punched in the back of the head.
No, I don't think so.
I've done. Yeah,
Very few might be into the punch in the head.
But, I mean, the thing
Like,
is, the joke between Bubba and me was, like, I get this text message, and I turn pale, and we're drinking together. We drank a lot together back in the day. Now I drink alone, with nobody else.
Sounds like a song.
Hey, I'm sorry I stole him.
She broke up the band.
No, I'm part of the band now.
Oh,
kind of.
well.
No, I'm the groupie girl.
We can't bring her everywhere because if you get like a little loopy, woo!
I'm the party girl.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
And Tiger is talking about the golden shower.
Okay, thank you.
You know, at least you tried. And that's what it is. You try something. If you like it or you don't like it, cool. But if you like it, try it again. And if you like it the second time, make a habit out of it.
But I can imagine
Over
if
there.
you're there and you're trying to balance yourself in a wet tub and you just start going and I mean, you slip and fall and you could break a hip.
Who says you need to be in a tub?
I do. I got rugs.
Got a backyard?
I know they're indoor, outdoor carpet.
Got a tarp?
Yeah, I guess so.
I bet you got a few tarps.
You got a kiddie pool? There are solutions for your needs.
A tent, when they got them solid floors.
I could picture.
yurt.
I could picture a small kiddie pool on a balcony. Someone doing that.
That gets your outdoor play and your
that kills
golden shower play.
two fetishes with one piss.
Oh my god.
With one stream, I should say.
Oh my god.
We need one stream. Maybe there's another involved.
Oh, shit.
Multiple streams.
Okay, well, not too much. Let's see. I can't do that. No. Baby
Well,
step.
Bubba and I agreed that we could never
So we got
ever.
a baby step that we're gonna eventually.
But Bubba and I agreed that we could never ever do a twosome with anybody. It doesn't matter. It just can't happen.
Don't knock it until you try it.
No,
Is it because you're friends?
I think so.
So would you do a a threesome?
No,
It's not
I
a twosome.
couldn't.
It's a threesome.
Yeah, threesome.
If it's a twosome, then you each are doing each other.
No, that's so wrong. On
Just
so
don't-
many different levels.
You're not doing each other if you don't cross swords.
Oh.
Sorry, I hit the wrong one there.
The second my balls come near his, it's all
It's
over.
not. You're in the front in the face, and he's in the back.
No.
Back there.
No, that doesn't
Now,
happen.
I have done both.
What, give and receive?
I just continue.
But there were no sword crossings. And she absolutely loved it. Did I
We need
set
to
the
work on
bar a little too high for you, Bumpa?
Oh, I'm good.
He doesn't like to share.
That's it. That's exactly it.
But sharing is caring.
I won't share. Well,
You're stingy. You're a stingy fuck, aren't you?
I am. What's mine is mine.
Yes, but what
What
happens...
I came with, I leave
What's
with.
mine? It sounds so caveman. Mine is mine.
That's right.
Ooh, he's claiming
Okay.
me.
All right.
He's
So,
clingy.
Claim.
so you bring a girl. Is it all right if while she's giving you head, I take the back door? Is that all right with you?
No.
Exactly. Thank you.
I'd be
It's not
down
all
with
right
it.
by me either.
Oh.
Okay. You know why?
Tiger Lily said, just don't make eye contact. Kind of like the movie.
Yeah, don't
movie
look
we
at
talk
me.
about all the time.
Adam Sandler
Do-overs.
movie.
Blindfolds and hoods come in handy for those kind of
Have you
things.
seen Do-Over?
No, I have not.
It's on Netflix.
I'll check it out.
Highly
Who's that
recommend.
again?
It's
Who is it?
Adam Sandler.
Yes, it is.
They're having
We
a
saw that, right?
threesome, and he's
Spade.
like, "Dude, just don't look at me, okay?" And the guy's
Sandler
like,
and Spade.
"Yeah, it was funny as fuck."
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're at a club, and I'll get you a threesome. We own threesome you ever had? No, but so the next scene is they're doing a threesome, but it wasn't with Sandler. Sandler's on the couch with the girl passed out.
Yes,
and
yes.
So Spade's doing a threesome with
the bar guy there.
Oh, but
my God, yes.
Luis,
guy.
the big Hispanic dude. He's in like all the movies, but funny as hell. So
With the mustache? Does he have a mustache?
yeah. Little
Oh,
so
my God. I can't remember.
They got a girl bent over. She's giving him a blowjob. Like Luis is bagging him from behind, whatever. But Spade's just staring at him like this, like freaked out. And he's like, "Dude, you gotta stop staring at me."
Here's the audio from it.
That's not real.
You gotta stop staring at me.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
It's David Spade staring at the guy.
He's still staring
In
at
the
me.
threesome.
That's poor
What?
three-way etiquette.
All right, boy. Come on, rookie mistake. Why don't you let the doctor get a turn in the cockpit, huh? Rotate for a minute.
Okay, I'm cool. You wanna go take a dookie? I'll be back in 2. Ready?
I think a pokey.
I'm gonna chill here.
Taking notes?
Hey, Dr. Ron, you know what? Let me hop in the saddle. My fucking arthritis in my knees is killing me.
This is not what I had in mind. You said threesome. It's not my fault Joan passed out. Why shoot her, boy? I don't know. You're the one who loves staring at him. Hey, Dawn, can I ask you a question? The mover guys, did they happen to give you any information about us?
No. But I played tennis with the real estate lady, and she told me something. But she said not to repeat it to anyone.
Oh, well, we're all getting close here tonight. Come on.
Well...
Okay, so...
Snake delivery. This the right address?
Oh,
Big hairy balls
He's
over his
standing
face.
over with his balls out.
All right, Charlie.
Waving
enjoy
over his
the view.
face.
Yo, what's up with the AC? I'm fucking sweating my balls off in here.
Oh, is he dripping ball sweat in his
Yeah,
mouth?
he was. It was pretty bad.
Wow.
That was awesome.
You got to sketch it. It's on Netflix. It's called Do-Overs.
Yeah.
All right,
It's
so
hilarious.
we're going to get... I want to get off... Oh, well, it's still on the topic, but a little...
Get off?
Get off.
Get off.
Hedonism.
Yes, what about it?
Well, that is what? A place, correct?
I'm aware
And
of like
an object,
hedonism cruises.
Okay.
There's hedonism in Aruba, I think it is.
Is that something
You've
you would
been
ever
there,
do?
haven't you?
Go to?
Aruba, yeah.
You
is
know-
that kinky, or is that just more like orgy type? And are the
Probably-
two more connected?
Probably more orgy type. I mean, there's always can be a connection. Obviously, something like that would be somebody's fetish.
Okay. So
That's
it's
what
all
she
just
said.
different wording of...
Tiger Lily's getting sleepy. You ever
that what she
had
wrote?
a sleepy situation? Like Ambien sex?
No.
Ambient sex, like what? She fell asleep, but you still doing
Oh,
it?
yeah.
That sounds like rape, but I mean, whatever.
Right.
Sounds like she's passed out.
Now, however,
That's
I
too much.
will say I have a friend on Ambien that went for a 2-hour motorcycle ride.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Ambien, for some people, not a good match.
No. If you sleep ride your motorcycle, you should not take Ambien.
Oh, my God. No.
Because if you wake up on the
She
I-5...
did survive.
Oh, my God. She,
Well, thank
too.
God for that.
Yes.
Oh my god. Well, I think we need to fade out.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Well, the night is over. It's,
Time flies when you're having fun.
yeah.
Because why
Yeah,
we
we
would-
want-
Bumpa's basically said he's blown his load and he's ready to leave.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs to recharge his battery so he can blow another load in about a half hour.
3:45, baby. Boom! All right.
Well, good luck with that.
But I do want to, and before we end, I'd like to play one more song from our friends at Inverter. This is called "So Many Friends Lost," and it's actually pretty cool. I think guys like it. I will post on Facebook, our Facebook page, all the info for the band.
Is that going to be our outro?
So we'll make it our outro for tonight.
All right, so let's wrap it up before you play that song.
Okay. What do you want to wrap up?
We want to say thank you for our in-studio guest that traveled all the way out here from the West Coast.
The Colonel of Corporal Punishment, the Sultan of Spank, the rubber band man himself. It's Preston.
And you can find me on FetLife.com as Rubber Band Man.
So if anybody's
I'd be happy to answer your questions.
He does organize parties, so it's he's got his shit together.
You have anything left to say?
You know,
anything to promote?
Have fun, be consensual, enjoy whatever you want to do. That's up to you. If it's consensual, it's all good.
How long are you here for?
I will be here till Sunday. And,
wow.
Heading
Nice
back.
long visit.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering, why can't you organize a party for Byron here? Oh, I love it. Oh, you and your stutters.
We got a more.
So does that mean you're coming to this party then, Bubba?
We'll have our own party.
She got a great ass.
Love that quote.
You have seen me naked.
I went blurry. My eyes just went blurry. It was a moment.
I lived here for 3 months. In here.
It was a moment, and then I hear this, and my eyes just went blurry.
He just got here from work. I walk out of the bathroom. I'm going to get a cup of coffee.
Next year, if you want to have a fetish party, I'd be happy to help you plan it. And,
Good God.
and I will appear.
I don't think I want to see that appearance. I'm not exactly sure.
You're not going to appear? Live in the flesh.
Come on, Byron. You would look good in some ashless
traps.
I'm sorry. Jack has ruined me.
You just blew my mind.
Give a shout out to our buddy Huber, the Huber Experience.
Oh my God, did he just come in the room?
No.
Okay.
No, he skipped us tonight.
Carmi, the Caramel Conservative.
He might be in a mall getting some ass somewhere.
Probably.
I hope so.
Carmi, the Caramel Conservative. He'll be on tomorrow night.
As long as they're not in strollers.
For sure.
The Black Dog Radio Show, which is currently on hiatus for the winter. Just due to scheduling.
Boo, hiss, boo.
Boo, boo, boo. But maybe on one of our shows, we'll have the big dog call in and join us.
Oh, can we?
So we can
you
do
work
that.
on that?
We will. We'll do that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
And a shout out to our friends. We're also Snarky.
Sweet
and
dream on nipples.
A Turning Point.
Oh, of course, a turning point.
A Turning Point.
I think they're doing a
do
Halloween
we
show
still have
this
our,
week.
hey, do you have our bumpers? Our things that he sent us?
He does, but he doesn't.
Which one?
He's
Which
not
one?
sharing
Patty
them.
cakes. She's this. She's that.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you do that real quick?
Absolutely.
You don't. I didn't mean to promote myself, but I'm just saying that's what came to mind. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Ready?
Okay. What's this one?
She's smart. She's funny. And she's damn sexy. It's Patty Cakes on the Wicked Pissa Show.
That was my little addition in there.
Do you have the Wicked Pissa one?
Sweet.
Yeah.
I like that. I used to have my own show, like a 15-minute show. I did. Totally hammered. Didn't even know if my microphone was working 99% of the time.
Everybody has their 15
I know.
minutes
There
of
was a
fame.
couple of times you just heard a couple of sound effects, and that was it.
Yep. Because I would, yeah.
Doing your own
I
show.
did Periscope and do Spreaker at the same time, but I'm doing it. Yay!
Doing your own show by
I have
yourself
that somewhere.
is difficult.
Yeah,
I
you do.
tried.
I can see
tried.
that.
I did an hour, and it fucking sucked. That whole hour sucked. That was the worst Wicked Pissa show ever.
Teamwork at
That's
work.
not Wicked Pissa.
The Wicked Pissa Show.
Here we go.
Bumpa, Byron, and Patty Cakes. No bullshit talk radio. Wicked cool. Wicked funny. Wicked Pissa.
Hey, where are the white women at?
I do like that. You should play that more often.
And I think this is the one you were talking about.
What one?
So, we're going to try this again.
Oh, God, this is good.
I guess yesterday I decided that I was going to do 3 podcasts because your girl was hammered. Hello. Which maybe I should never have opened a podcast because having a podcast when you're hammered is like being on Periscope when you're hammered, which I'm on Periscope right now.
Well, good luck with that.
She's doing both right now. After she said she shouldn't do it, she's doing both right then and there.
And I'll be like, Papa, help me do this, Papa. What button should I push? Oh my God, so bad. Yeah, that was that was last year. All right. So, any last words, Byron?
Just this.
I woke up this morning and I shit a squirrel.
Oh my God.
I mean it, literally. Hell of it is. Damn thing's still alive. So I got this shit-covered squirrel down there in the office. Don't know what to name it.
Oh, I'm sorry, champ. I think I ate your chocolate squirrel.
Ew. Why do I have a knife? Am I biting something?
I often ask my question.
What am I muffin?
Ladies,
that was recorded at a live event that you just went from patty cakes to lights out.
I decided that the drinks were too expensive.
So she
Preston.
goes off into the restroom.
I bought 9 nips, thinking everyone was going to drink these nips, and no one drank them but me.
Thank God you didn't drink that Tanqueray. That's like lighter fluid straight.
It's over there still.
I know, but if you drank that straight...
I thought of you. You go,
You
who
did.
does Tanqueray straight? I'm like, I don't
You
know.
can't... Nobody drinks Tanqueray straight.
Do it now.
Oh, yeah, right.
You
it
were
is
tomorrow?
one of my favorites.
Pussy, pussy, pussy.
Oh,
Where
God,
are
I
you?
hate this one.
Here, pussy, pussy, pussy.
No. And, Preston and Byron,
Thank you for being.
All right, we will end it with So Many Friends.
There's a lot of action there on your page.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd get all kind of new popularity.
Action is good.
This is by Inverter. So Many Friends Lost. I will put all their info on our Facebook page. They gave us permission to use their songs. They'll also be sending us a hard copy of the CD to download all the songs.
I need a hard copy.
So, yeah, it's a hard copy.
So
in the mail, like other gifts come from.
We'd like to thank our special guest,
Preston.
The Colonel of Corporal Punishment, the Sultan of Spank. We have talked about you many times on this show before.
Probably daily, you do.
Wow. Well, it was glad to be here, and I appreciate it. And
Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah, he's going to toddle off to that mattress in the corner there. The stained one that you guys fucked up before he got here.
Oh, my God. All right, guys.
Are we saying
And
goodbye?
party naked.
That's right. Jesus. All right, and before we go, just I'm going to kill the mics for this one little thing, and then once we'll play us out. Hold on one second.
You ever get the feeling that everything in America is completely fucked up?
I had to play that one. All right, we'd like to thank you all for listening to the Wicked Pizza Show. I'm Byron.
I'm Bumper.
I'm Patty Cakes.
Rubber Band Man.
Rubber Band Man.
I know, the intro earlier. Here's Preston. Hi, everybody. like a woman had him by the balls. You know?
Well, the cat was
That
around
has
his crotch.
happened.
The cat was around his crotch.
What's happening, hot stuff?
All right, folks, have a good night.
Bye.
And we will see you soon. Play that funky music, big man. You're listening to The Wicked Pisses Show.
Oh my God.